out, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out whenever you see me. Don't be wasting my time. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go, lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Good afternoon. How the hell are ya? What's today? Tuesday? It's Tuesday, right? Yes, normally we do the news on Monday, but we both had some things to do yesterday, so here we are on Tuesday. And coming across the AP wire, we've got breaking news that I'm sorry, but just like in real life, when very important trauma business pops off, listen, you don't want to hear us talk about, who parked in the wrong parking spot at that damn condo board association meeting. I spoke to my partner in crime this morning, Crazy Nurse, and I said, girl, we're talking about Betty's rages and meltdowns because that's what the people want. Okay, we're giving the people what they want. This is not the people's channel. That is Morbid's channel. But you have to give. If you don't have a commodity, a brokerable commodity, well, people got no use for you. So, we're going to do things a little differently today than we typically do. We're going to do a live watch and react to the, I do believe now deleted live. Well, what? I'm not sure if this is part 1, subsection A, sub 1 -4, or so many rages, so little time. My God, Betty was having that damn nuclear 3 Mile Island reactor meltdown. Oh, and I'm so sad I haven't had time to watch them all. But don't you worry. I think this is the good one or the best one. My God. I mean, Crazy Nurse, I'm going to lay the link down in just 1 second. I just need to take care of these couple little housekeeping matters before we get rolling. Oh, hold on. Before I forget, because I'm old and forgetful, so I have to write it all down. Oh, look at my new notepad I bought yesterday. It says, I had my patients tested. I'm negative. Now I've got two students that I need to speak with. You don't have to stay after school. If you're here, we'll handle it now. If not, please hit me up. Slide into my DMs. And I have something I would like to discuss with each of you. And that would be Willow and Zen. So if either one of you are here, please raise your hand and send a smoke signal, a carrier pigeon. I probably won't see it, but go ahead and make the effort. Because like I said, I want to speak to both of you about, just a little thing I got swirling around up here. Okay, look at that. I can cross that right off my list. One other item that we need to just discuss before this live ends. I have put a poll up on my community tab. Would y'all please be so kind as to go vote in the poll? And I do believe the poll question, well, I was going to pull it up, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to show you the results yet. Not like you can't see them when you vote, but please, if you haven't voted, please go vote. And it's just a very simple question, and you only get 3 choices. And I do believe it says how did I word it? Just pick one of the 3. Hashtag Team BHB, first choice. Hashtag Team JLR, second choice. And the third choice is hashtag fuck them both. So, and yes, I did vote in my own poll with my suck account. I certainly did. And I would like you to do the same. Oh, I was quite surprised by the, when I just glanced at the results before flying on in here on my broom. Oh, let's see. All right, the only other thing that we need to talk about, we're going to do the big word of the day. And you know what? There's a couple I have on my part 1. Oh, and look at that. I filled up another one, part 2. Oh, you guys, do you like my Temu nails? Look at that. I should probably do them that way. I think they were $1.49. And I have to tell you, now I don't typically wear them quite that long because that is they're pretty long. But I'm not exactly a domestic goddess, so I don't have to worry about dishpan hands and whatnot. It's palm olive. You're soaking in it. I know I'm not the only one that remembers that commercial. Y'all, I was at breakfast the other morning with my husband on Sunday, brunch, and the waiter came up, and of course my husband got a burger, and the guy said, and how would you like that done? What kind of cheese do you want? And as the guy was asking these questions and he was rattling off these choices, I said, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, and onions on a sesame seed bun. And the guy, I wasn't sure how old he was. He was not as old as me, meaning not as old as dirt, but he was, I think he was he could have been anywhere between mid-30s to 40s. So when he walked away, I looked at my husband and I said, he's probably not even old enough to understand that reference. So when he came back to the table to freshen up my coffee, he had a big smile on and he said, "Oh, I remember the whatever I just said, pickles, lettuce, pickles on a sesame seed bun." At least I remembered it at the time. So yes, we're going to do the word of the day. And I think that's about it. And then we're just going to get right on into this. But the word of the day today, we might do more than one word, but here's the first one. I'm going to yet again push one of my very favorite things in the world, reading. Literacy, it's so important. And it's never too late. It is never too late. Even if you listen to books on tape or books on audio, they used to call them books on tape. We don't have tape anymore, I wouldn't imagine. Just do it. Find something that interests you somewhere. And I don't even care if you actually, read it on your own. I read on my own on the Kindle. I do not do audiobooks. But I won't be mad at you if you do. And trust me, you will thank me. Because where do you think all these words come from? They come from books. And that's, aside from the fact that I'm blessed to, at least have a slightly above average number of IQ points. But I've always been into reading. I just love books, and it truly does. There's no downsides to it, and it builds your vocabulary. So books, read or listen. I don't care. However you have to get it done. All right. So this word, I'm on to a new book, which is called, I finished the Vanderbilt book. And, in keeping with our theme of the filthy and obscenely rich, this one, though, this book I'm presently reading, well, this one has a little bit different spin. It's called Women of Means, and it goes back in, I think, the earliest woman they speak of is probably the late 19th century, I think. And it's, how many chapters is it? I'm not sure. I would say 40 or more, but they're short. No chapter has been more than 10 pages, give or take. And it's basically miniature biographies of some of the most filthy rich and extremely troubled and tragic women. And this word I've heard before, but this, as I was reading, I keep a little one of these and several pens on my nightstand. I have a little treasure box where I keep, my TV remote, pens, mouth guards, all the stuff. And so when I come across a word that I like, I just get my secret, my dossier of big fabulous words. Okay, and I'm always trying to class this place up, give this dump a little culture. So here's the word of the day. I think it's quite apropos. And I love the way it sounds. That's the best part. Ready? Lay it on me, would you please? Oh, are we hoping this is a man or a woman? I'm hoping it's a woman because this is a French word. Ooh la la. Oui, oui. Très bien.
ennui, ennui,
Ooh.
ennui, ennui,
Oh, oui.
ennui,
Oh, oui.
ennui,
Shit. Ma'am, you are hired. You are much more proficient than the last bitch that we had to use for this. She needs to go in the do not hire pile. You on the other hand are spot on.
ennui,
Oh, oui.
ennui,
Oh, oui.
ennui,
Oh, oui. A feeling of listlessness and dissatisfaction arising from a lack of occupation or excitement. Well, in this case, yes, definitely lack of occupation, unless you count self-proclaimed careers that one neither went to school for, etc. Or excitement. Well, I think we are, oh God, we're too heavy on the excitement end of the definition. So yes, that's a feeling of weariness and dissatisfaction. Ding 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 ding. Okay. You know what? Let me see. I think I have one other one that would be quite fitting. Oh, shit. Ooh, yes, I think this occasion calls for another word of the day. Now, this one's not French, sorry, but it's still fab. It's still very fitting and fabulous nonetheless. Oh, let's see. I really hope we get the last girl because she was on it. Okay, you know, I've noticed some of the male Google Voice people not so enthusiastic about their job.
tempestuous,
Whoa, I think it is her. Oh God. Somebody write this down for me so that I know on Tuesday at about 1:15 is when they're really on it. The Google, you know, literary assistant.
tempestuous, tempestuous,
Tempestuous.
tempestuous,
One more time.
tempestuous,
Characterized by strong and turbulent or conflicting emotion. You know, I found myself having conflicted. This doesn't just apply to the people we're going to talk about. Person, yeah, we. It also describes moi this morning because I find myself having a bit of, you know, conflicting emotion. It vacillates between, Jesus, girl, like you need special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun or something. Okay. I don't know what. I'm not a doctor. So I vacillate between that, like, oh God, this is kind of, oh, it's very troubling. It's where you been? It's like I've been predicting this for a while now. But glad you finally showed up. To ooh, oh, couldn't happen to a nicer bitch. Okay, so yeah, you know, I find myself vacillating between those two things, as I'm sure you do as well. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna say, oh, let's see, y'all. I'm gonna run really quickly and say I'm gonna lay the link down for this link is for Crazy Nurse. I'm gonna say hello very quickly. You know how that goes. You know what my very quickly entails. I'm gonna try and just read the names and run through the chat. I'm gonna try not to get hung up on the actual comments. And I apologize for that. And you guys know why I'm doing that, because we're going to be here until midnight if we don't get this. Mama, door holder today. Good afternoon, beautiful. How are you? Hi, Mitten Mama. How are you? Hey, I saw you were cutting that. What is that? A Yule log? Is that what that is? Helpful hint from another, although Mitten Mama is definitely much more proficient in the kitchen than I am, but I'm not a slouch. Anytime you have to cut something that proves to be problematic or could be problematic, I have two suggestions. Make sure you are using not only the appropriate knife, but one that is very sharp, and the other one, hot water in between cutting. You just dip it in some hot water. Lisa's helpful hints. Okay. Hi, Fairy Meadows. How are you? A Mac VK, sir. Scrolling. Hi, Rowdy. Hi, Julie. How are you? Truth hurts and karma's a bitch. Oh my God, never more appropriate than quite perhaps today. Or let's just say the beginnings of what most of us see coming. Hey, Wine, Crime, and Mayhem. Brittany, how are you? Hi, Muffin Mouse. Hey, Cambry. Heartland Honey, how are you? I haven't seen you for a while. Stephen the Reseller, how are you? Chaos, good afternoon. Brick with Eyes. Brick with Eyes, make sure you vote in that poll. Oh no, Mike Stevens. Mike, what did you miss? Don't worry, you're not going to miss anything here.
I'm here.
Hey, Perla. How are you?
Where the hell is my avatar, my picture,
You know, I noticed that the last time you were up here, and I've had that issue, but it's been a long time ago, and I cannot remember how I fixed it.
I went through the settings and everything. It just was not allowing.
Go into your Google. I think it's on the Google.
Oh, in my Google. Okay.
Yes. Go look there while I finish saying hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'll leave for a moment then.
Or just mute. Hey, Green Goblin, how are you? Oh, Brittany, I have a golden retriever. I love Goldens. They are the sweetest dogs. Mike is staying after school. Oh, hello. Mike Stevens, they say the knitting community is one of the most vicious on here. Now, go figure. Don't ask me how. But at least they already have weapons. Like, hey, B. Tim. Hi, Queen Bella. How are you? I'm rolling. I'm trying. Muffin Mouse, I'm pretty sure I said hi to you, but I'm saying hi again. Cambry, the poll is on my community tab. Hi, Tia. Corky Carlotta in the house. Oh no, Mike Stevens, I haven't gone to a nail salon in 100 years. You don't have to anymore. Even if you don't get them from Temu. I've been buying nails from Marshalls, TJ Maxx, all those places. Oh, hell no. Listen, the salons cried when I left because they lost. Yeah, I was that, idiot that if I got a little chip in my pedicure, need to go get my nails done. I got over that a while ago. I'm sure they miss me very much, though. Hey, hippie, how are you? Palm olive commercial, yes. Remember, you're soaking in it. Hey, Nurse Bev. T. Berry, how are you? White boy moves. Oh, hi, Marcy. Powder Puff. All right, that's good. You listen. I'll take it any way I can get it. Oh, White Boy Moves. What's the book? Oh, well, Mike, I'm sure she's still here. She's just not in this chat. Yeah, once you wish death on me, that's pretty much it. You've earned a spot on the block list. But she's around. You can Mike, Gina's got her own channel. Go sub. At least she did last I heard. Hey, World Peace. How are you? Becca, Branson Girl, Ripples in Time. Oh, hi, Jen. Hi, Nancy Smith. How are you? That's Crazy Christy. No, Lisa is not tempestuous. Oh, Dolly's replay. Here to hate bond. Well, you're gonna have to wait a minute to hate bond because I gotta get through the attendance. And historically, I'm at 25 minutes or so. You gotta give me about a half hour before the real hate bonding begins. Boots and Bourbon, how are you? Chris Kress. Rolling. Denise Olis, how are you? Wise Angel UK. Oh, I've been listening to everybody this morning. Don't have no fear. I do listen to everybody for the most part. Y'all would be surprised some of the people I listen to. And that's true. So I have a couple people in my subscription list that I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot of, over that one. Hey, Scorpio Sting, true Jedi forever. Ooh, shady for life. I love that. Hey, Queen Bee, how are you? Oh, Lisa, first of all, no, I'm not a cabin person. I've stayed in lovely cabins like in Pigeon Forge. JLR's cabin, would that be like the Jack Shack? No, Lisa's a happily married woman. No, she's never been there. No. Hey, Angie B, how you doing? Running. I'm trying to run. You know what? I'm telling you, I hear it all the time and it's got to be true. 9 out of 10 people surveyed cannot be wrong. I don't get it. What are they fighting over? Do they sell their creations? I don't know. I don't get it. Hey, Southern Mimi, how are you? Bathtub Mary. Becca, I think I said hi, but I'm old and I can't remember. So I'd rather err on the side of hey twice than not hello, not once. Hey, literally Davis fam. Oh my God. I hope you were wearing a damn Kevlar vest yesterday. You were taking incoming. Y'all, I promise I'm never going to get a soundboard. Okay, I promise. I'm just not. Do you know how many times my eardrums were completely blown out listening to the sound effect of the dropping bomb? Oh, I was like, God. My hearing is the one thing that works really well. Okay, let's try and not destroy that. Hey, Grandma Sherry, it's not quite as bad when I wear the over-the-ear headphones, which, truth be told, I prefer those. And if you're going to listen to music, oh my God, there's no comparison. Over the ears, AirPods. AirPods are, for me, AirPods are for when I'm shopping in the grocery store or walking the dog, whatever I'm doing. And I want to take everybody with me, because it's so juicy. I can't put the YouTube down. But music, oh, hell no. Over the ears, no comparison. Hey, KB, how are you? Golden Beaver. I love that. I really do. Congratulations. You've made your way onto Crimes and Fashion top screen names list. The only ones I can remember without going and looking are Sherlock Homie, brilliant. Jane's Blonde 007, brilliant. There's a few other ones that when I see them, I know them. Sorry, I'm old. some of y'all have the most clever screen names. Oh, CC Jones, you know, Real Life Called, plus Mental Health Day. Oh God, everybody, I highly recommend a minimum of 2 YouTube mental health days off. That's what I do to wash the YouTube out of the brain. Oh, y'all, Christmas, between the tree and the house, it's taken since Sunday morning. But it's done. I was bitching the whole way. Once you don't have little kids in the house, it becomes more of a chore doing all the. I was actually thinking to myself this morning, now I know why at a certain age, my mom, the Christmas trees got smaller and smaller and smaller. So yeah, I'm basically turning into my mom. I think that happens to everybody though. And you know, there's far worse mothers I could turn into. So if you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Texas girl, did I say hi? Hi. I don't think I did. Hi, Nicole. I'm running. We're almost there. You know what that means. Refresh. And StreamYard is acting up a little bit, but okay. Hey, Brianna, how are you? All right. Hey, Bad Apple. Is it true that one doesn't spoil the whole damn bunch? I guess it would. All right, we're there. I guess it would depend on what's in the bunch. Okay. Okay, White Boy Moves. I'll check that out. Okay. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. I thought there was one more thing. Nope. All right. Now, Mike Stevens, we got to have a little talk. Got to have a little talk before we get going here. Everyone in the chat, please meet Mike Stevens. He is Bullhorn Betty's #1. I hate to use the word simp. And, you know, Mike Stevens and I at one time were internet married. We were YouTube husband and wife. So, you know, so I'm going to say, instead of simp, I'm going to use the word sycophant because, you know, that's a bigger word. So we'll go with sycophant. So anyone who hasn't had the opportunity yet to meet Mike Stevens, he, like I said, Bullhorn Betty's #1 ride or die fan. Now, I have welcomed Mike Stevens in this chat. Well, you know, from the beginning of time, basically. We did separate for a time, but then we got back together. And Mike, this one's probably going to be hard for you, buddy. Okay, so I'm just saying ahead of time. I'm going to give you, Mike, get all the bullhorn emojis out of your system early on. Okay. I'm going to give you Mike, you're going to have a 10 bullhorn emoji limit. If you want to, like, you know, blow all your bullhorns in one chat, have at it. If you want to have 10 single comments with a bullhorn per, that's up to you, Mike. Much like Montessori school, this teacher is going to let you get your assignment done in whatever way makes you happiest. As long as you don't exceed your 10 bullhorns, we're good. And I'm going to need you to not argue with everybody in the chat, okay? It doesn't bother me because I don't see most of it, truth be told. And, you know, once I start with that. But but this is not Betty's chat. So while I'm happy to let you hang out over here like I always have, despite the fact that I know the favor does not get returned over there, and I'm not talking about Betty, I'm talking about you. But be that as it may, just please don't argue with the chat, okay? You're not changing anybody's mind over here. I've already let everybody know how much you love Betty. So, I just need you to keep that in mind, because I'm going to go ahead and tell the mods that if Mike gets really upset and he really starts, making y'all crazy, well, y'all go ahead and do what you've got to do. And Mike, don't worry, if you get bounced, I will I'll check the blacklist before we're live again. Okay. So that's how that's gonna be. Let me put the link down in chat of. Now, I had never heard of Kit before, and
Kit rocks. Kit rocks.
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
I'm laying her link down in the chat right now.
Excellent.
And honestly, it was funny because me and you were texting last night, and you sent me this link, and I said, okay, well, we will definitely shout her out tomorrow. And then when I was listening to Burnt Toast this morning, it was hilarious because I was like, okay, well, we don't need to worry about that. But of course we're going to. But
and Dolly Lolly.
Did Dolly shout her out? Okay, good. I'm good for her. Listen,
I'm
back in the day when I had my first channel, Burnt Toast, I had no idea who she was. She shouted me out, and I'm not kidding you, in just one day. It was a Saturday, I remember that, because I looked at my channel. I didn't even have 1,000 subs at the time. Well, hell, I don't have that many more now. But as I was looking at my my YouTube in the morning, I went, what? And it was at least 200 subs that I gained just from her doing that. So I am thrilled.
She now has 4,690 subs.
Do you know how many she had before that?
I want to say 2,000, 3,000, something like that.
Wow. Good for her. Kid, good for you.
No, that's allegedly.
Well, who cares? Even if it's 5. I mean,
yeah, right.
That's the whole, that should be the whole idea of this place. Spread the love around, and I don't know, I want to see everybody do good, unless you're a shitbag. And we're gonna watch Kit's video, and I'm gonna preface this by saying, well,
epic.
Yeah. And I've always said and believed that because of Betty's explosive anger and control issues, I've always believed that she would be her own undoing. And
she is.
And the irony of her, listen, this doesn't come as a surprise to me at all, but I'm living proof that you can fall out with someone on YouTube, someone that you thought was your friend, who you cared about in a real world kind of way, and they do you dirty. Like, I have never named names, I've never read messages, and you can do that if you're mature. But someone, like the old expression, if they will do it with you, they will do it to you. And right. No honor among thieves. And the irony of her putting a lot of, allegedly, his business out Number one, based on some of the things I heard her say, number one, it sounds like a dangerous thing to do. Not very smart. And just when you are constantly falling out with everybody who enters your atmosphere, at some point, you have to be able to sit back and say, I wanted to listen. I wanted to take her yesterday and shake her when she was talking to literally Davis fam. What I was screaming at the TV and is something so basic. When Betty kept saying, I don't understand why, hey trainers, obviously she very much sees herself as a victim of so many other people. And she has this like complete seemingly has this complete lack of understanding of why. Why do people say this? Why do you do this? Why do you harass me? Why do you bully me? And I don't condone anybody doing that. But here's the one thing that is the most simple, basic thing, which would really help her tremendously. And that is, she has never acknowledged ever. Like she said, I heard her say something about I haven't protested. Well, first of all, you never protested. That's not a protest, okay? I haven't protested in over a year, and you're still talking about it. Well, Dolly was at that protest. But I have at least heard him say, I don't know exactly what I'm paraphrasing, but at least he acknowledged that it wasn't like he wouldn't do it again. He has never done anything of the sort. And that, I don't know why she cannot make that very simple connection. Like, maybe people wouldn't be so upset with me all the time. And it's not just that, it's everything. She takes zero responsibility for anything that's ever happened.
No, it happens to her. She's a victim.
And in some cases, I mean, okay, I'd be willing to listen, but not when you're somebody who 100% of the time takes no responsibility for anything.
Look, I had to listen to her 3-hour diatribe yesterday for about 6 hours, and no, I'm not listening to her anymore.
Well, no, we are going to listen for it.
Oh snap! Oh my! Oh, that's right.
Just,
let's.
We're not going to listen to the whole thing because I'm sure people have, I'm.
Oh, they're.
Frankly,
I don't know. It's pretty epic, all of it.
I just honestly. Here's the thing. There's lots of things I would like to say about lots of people, but one of the several things that makes me really stop and evaluate, is it really worth it?
Mm-mm.
Because if this, then that.
Yep.
If she believes what she said about JLR.
Yeah.
Well, why would you fire? I mean, that is shots fired. I'm sorry. That is shots fired. Zero fucks given is what that is.
Yes.
And if you truly believe what a lot of those allegations.
Yeah.
Why would you put a target on your back like that?
Uh-huh.
I like true. I mean, and that's a legit question. I don't understand that.
Because we have critical thinking skills. See, some people they have no ability to think, like, if this, then that. Perfect example, right?
And it's kind of like, does she actually think that because she is now seeing the light or whatever you want to call it, does she think that I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say, bounces off me and sticks to you? Like, does she not understand that? So all of this was okay with her while they were friends, but now all of a sudden she's coming out and like spilling all his allegedly filthy, dirty laundry all over.
Look, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. She got I told you she was seething when he didn't take her into the courthouse with him. He didn't acknowledge her.
Right. That's right.
She is so angry about that.
But she's jealous of everybody.
She's jealous of everything.
Everyone's accomplishments.
And no control. She lost control.
And she's accused him of some very serious things.
Uh-huh.
How does she not understand that she looks like as big of a bag of shit standing next to it for all that time? I mean, I please, everybody needs to hear this loud and clear. Neither one of us are saying anything about the veracity of anything she said or that he says. This is not, no, we're just talking about what she said. There's no, we are not discussing whether we think it's true, not true, because we're not privy to any of the, how could we say anything of the sort?
Right.
But yeah, and to find out now that he was not, here's the part I love the best of all of this. Because she thought he was the one who struck her channel. Hi, Fred. She did all this, and now I'm sorry. That's you have passed the point of no return where JLR is concerned. Can't undo it, and it wasn't anything he did. So there is that.
Yeah. First of all, accuse me of unaliving someone, and we're going to dance. Yes. And it's not going to be a ballet. Okay?
That's going to be a mosh pit.
Yeah. Second of all, I will hunt you down like a wild animal, like the lion after the gazelle. And I know in my heart of hearts that JLR, and the best thing about him is he abides by the art of war. What's done in the dark doesn't come to the light. So that's my philosophical BS for today. Okay.
Sorry, my the wrapper on this thing is very loud.
I have my producer.
I mean, they really make you work to eat this thing. They put it in. I mean, this shrink wrap is almost like the consistency of cardboard, and it's glued very securely in multiple places. So yes, and I agree. Everything in the dark does come to the light eventually, but it's kind of hard to step out of the spotlight shining down on all the shit when you were a part of all the shit. And I'm sorry, we all know that various people used JLR's services to do their dirty work.
Yep. And you're right, Dolly
So,
Lolly. Everything does in the dark does come to light, except with JLR, it's going to be. Well, I'm just waiting. Get your popcorn and your drink.
yeah,
Ready.
with him, psychops.
Yeah.
But see, that's a consequence of having very little control over your emotions. We all listen. We all have bad days. We all lose our shit. But the difference is, I don't come in here and live stream when I'm having a bad day. I want to give the best Lisa, not the worst Lisa. I keep her in the living room.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Now, our buddy here, Dolly, says that that JLR is getting people to do his dirty work. She's a pawn in his game. Well,
she's been a willing. She
A
was
willing
a very willing
pawn.
participant.
She's a despicable human being who just lost it.
And the old expression, show me who your friends are, and I'll show you who you are.
Yep.
And she falls out with every single person she aligns with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do understand that on here, if that's kind of everybody, there's definitely, this is to a large degree, this is a game. There's strategy. We get all that. But when it's every single person, at some point, it's not all the other people.
Well, no. I mean, you have to look at the common factor here. There's a patient zero in all of this, okay?
Putthole.
JLR's like a solid
Putthole
movie.
is new here and lost his red balloon. 99 red balloons.
Yeah.
Floating in the north.
Dolly says
99 red balloons go by.
Oh gosh, she's lost it.
A singer I am not. Okay. Not at all. All right. So I think we should just get on into this. Mike, well, don't worry, since you haven't seen it, which I find hard to believe, but don't worry, we're going to treat you to it.
Oh my gosh, Mike, did you really just say that?
What, that he hasn't seen it?
He says he didn't see where she says she dislikes him? What?
She disliked him. She straight up accused him of being a serial killer.
Yeah.
I'd say that falls under the extreme dislike category. God almighty. Come on, Mike. Okay, this is the link for Kit's channel that I just put down.
Yes, everybody sub.
Yes, because without Kit, we wouldn't have this. I mean, I know it's probably been clipped everywhere. And that's another thing. It's like, why even bother deleting things when Mike, put your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
And get your excuses 101 out, because
yeah,
you're in for a treat, Mikey, but that's okay. I know you're being number one super fan. You'll find some way to try and spin this to her advantage.
Yes, but let me say this, Mike. This is what I tell people. Get in, sit down, shut up, buckle up, and hold on. So there's that.
And the thing is, okay, yeah. Just remember the rules of the game this morning. We've already gone over them, Mike.
Earbuds also, please. Earbuds.
Yo, yeah, please.
To stream it But as Hit the Like said, looks like she already took it down from
What?
her backup channel. So
I
there you
have a
have it.
question.
Um,
Before we,
okay, this is what I will show.
can anybody tell me? Okay, so the backup channel. What does it take to monetize on the channel? It's what do you have to have 1,000 subs. Can anybody tell me how many watch hours you have to have? Because what I'm getting at is I'm very curious to see the number of subs. Actually, we should do that right now. Let's look. Let's see. Do you know what the backup channel is for her?
Betty's Crime and Mysteries or something.
Okay. I just want to see how many subs are on that one.
Okay. It
And
was
then if
1,400 and something.
literally Davis says she thinks she needs 4,000 watch hours. Okay. So we know I'm sure got at the sub count, I'm sure she's met. But more than even monetizing, that's not really what's of interest to me. What's very much of interest to me is on the first channel, she has give or take 24,000. I'm very, very curious to see how many subs does this channel have. And now I'm not saying that I would expect her in the matter of however long it's been to have 24,000 subs. However, I would expect if those are all true, active, live people accounts.
Right, because it's
that
1430 is what
that she came by just like I do, which is one at a time by either the algorithm, somebody being kind enough to shout you out. That's what I'm very interested in, to see what the disparity is between those two numbers, because I would think, I don't know, is it unreasonable to think that if she had 24 and is going to a backup, I mean, I'm just pulling this number out of my ass, but I'm trying to be somewhat fair. 8 to 10,000. Does that sound reasonable?
I think so. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube crap anyway, but yeah. As far as math goes, yeah.
I mean, I'm just guessing because, of course, I wouldn't expect all of those people to go and sub to that. So I don't know, just kind of interesting.
All and right. Dolly, yes, you do own what you do. And Julie says, I fully believe there's something else going on that we don't know about.
Oh, just hell yes, there is. Listen, I almost fell out of my chair. I don't know if we'll get to it in this video, because I'm not sure at what point it comes up. But this was one of the most shocking things to me that I heard this morning when Burnt Toast was going over this very video. And that is this. She said that JLR has her, she said he's probably going to do some real damage, I think she said. She said that he has her, wait for it.
Yep.
Driver's license and social security number.
Yep.
And why would that be? I mean, driver's license, I could possibly find a way to rationalize that one. Social security number? Come again?
The only thing I can think of is at some point she was filing a lawsuit, maybe during Petito case. And when you file at the courthouse, of course that's civil. I don't know. Do you have
I've never heard of.
Never? Okay.
No way.
I don't recall ever that being a situation either, but I know you have to give up certain information. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I would imagine that this is going to get much worse before it gets better. I predict that somebody's channel is probably going to be gone before this is all said and done. And it's probably going to depend on how how patient and vindictive he is,
Uh-huh.
because I've never seen personally from him. Well, never mind. I think what I was going to say is I've never seen, well, let me refine that down. What I was going to say, I've never seen him on a live. Of course, I don't watch him, but in clips or whatnot, I've never seen him behave such as she does. I don't have any problem at all believing that he will get real dirty. I don't doubt that at all.
I don't blame him either.
Doc's menace.
I'm not gonna blame him.
But I've never heard him just, vomit it all over, because that's not smart.
No.
And I'm a fan of neither. So this is not me cheerleading for JLR. They both, they were BFFs until who knows what. We don't know what. But
Yeah.
there's plenty of bad, grimy behavior to go around.
Yes, there is. Oh, she was threatening that young girl this morning?
I don't know if that was this morning, but
no, they said this morning.
Midwife. That's a new name. How are you? Retired midwife, is that again? Or because I heard yesterday. Oh, I heard with my own ears. And I didn't, at the time, I was like, who the hell is she talking to? Because I didn't know that the video came from a private Facebook page. Somebody concerning Layla Santinello. It was on some family Facebook. Somebody gave it to me, and it
inside her house.
Found its way into Betty's hands. Betty took it as her own. But I did hear her. Hey, Amberly. Okay, so she did it again this morning. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's losing her shit.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all sit back and watch, because you're watching the beginning of the end of Betty's YouTube career. She is
for freedom
melting down. She's going to take herself out. She's going to do what nobody thus far has been successful doing. And that is not to say that anyone has tried. I know I certainly, listen, I've always known Betty would be Betty's own undoing. It's her personality. She can't help herself. Even when it is to her detriment. But I heard myself yesterday, and now remember, when I heard it, I didn't know about the video and who this girl was. But she said, well, when Bullhorn Betty's not happy with you, I don't know if you've heard of my reputation. And I have a bullhorn, and I'll come and I don't remember how she put it. Not move in, but something along those lines. And it was very much, that's exactly what she was doing. She was that was a threat. But
that's a threat.
At the time, I didn't know who it was and what it was about. So I figured she was saying that, who knows, pick a name, any name. If anybody can give me the title of the video and an approximate timestamp, we will listen to it, because I would love to play it.
Cool. Yeah.
So what's
they said the last 30 minutes. I'll look it up.
Okay. Literally Davis says there's a clip.
Okay, let me find it.
Now wait, what does this mean, Putthole? Honestly, it's like, okay, Julie says Daz Larson has the clip posted on their channel.
Daz, okay.
Ooh, Lady K talks crime and drama. Hi. Lady K, tomorrow is the filing deadline for, I believe it's the answer to the it's her answer to the motion to dismiss her claim, I think. Pick a motion, any motion. I second that motion and that emotion. And Betty only really has 2 emotions.
Do you want me to put this in chat, or do you want me to send it via text to you?
Can you put it in the back chat? Put it in the back chat.
Let's see if I can do that.
And we'll just watch that real quick.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
I believe it was the 6th of December. So yes, she has until tonight at 11:59 p.m. And that's
I don't think I can do that from here.
miles.
I don't think I can do that from here
Okay.
because I have to
Go
go out.
ahead
to
and
do
text it to me,
I'll
and then
text
I
it to
will
you.
email it
Okay.
to myself, and then I'll pull it up that way.
it. Okay, man, a lot of work for that. But anyway,
Julie, well,
Okay.
it sounds like it'll be worth the effort.
Oh yeah, and such good evidence.
Yeah, it's like oh my God, I hadn't even thought about it in that respect. It's like,
Yeah.
God dang. I mean, and that shows you that she literally cannot regulate her own emotions. She cannot get control over herself.
Because she doesn't have control.
That is not to say that I don't understand that, there's a lot of things that he's probably done that are very rage invoking, but
Mhm.
you don't have to have your meltdown temper tantrum all over YouTube for it to then be used against you in a court of law, and it will be. All right. Let me email that to myself. Okay. Share and share alike. I mean, honestly, it's like, I feel like the natural, this is going to culminate somewhere. And the more ramped up this thing gets, the more explosive the whatever it is that's coming, because you've got 2 people who, and see, he's playing Shenzhou, the Art of War, to her I've got a candlestick in the library, and clobbered Professor Gadget over the head with it. You're talking 2 different. He's patient. He's probably equally as vindictive. I don't have any problem believing that. And you can be sure that the whole time they were friends, she had him for her purposes, and he was probably, the entire time they were friends, he was probably making notes on her. Did I lose her? Hello? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you agree?
The producer was whining.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Tell
busted it.
tell that producer, listen, we already have a media sensation that might find herself in need of a job. So tell me better slow and roll.
All right, I'm on mute again.
Okay. I'm pulling this up as we speak. I was just making sure that I don't have all the tabs open. Okay, inbox. There we go. Okay, let's see how long this is. I don't think it's very long. Whoops. Oh my God. Holy shit. Wow. Okay, hold on. This is less than a minute, so we'll just go ahead and listen to that. I swear to God, I have never seen somebody that is so hateful. Like, my God, what is wrong with her? Jesus. All right, let me share this. Why is it not showing? I need to get out of that one. And we're going to present the other one. Okay, here we go. All right, now this is less than a minute, so don't blink because you'll miss it if you do. Is it full screened? Yes. Okay. All right. Make sure we're right at the beginning.
Monetize channel, I can make money on this. I mean, it's just that simple. A copyright strike is going to go away.
Ma'am, watch her. Watch this right out of the gate. Watch her hand.
Monetize channel, I can make money on this. I mean, it's just that simple. A copyright strike is going to go away in 10 days because the lady has to sue me. She's obviously on drugs and doesn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out.
You better be real careful there, Betty. It's all relative, honey. It's all relative.
Right? And I'm probably going to make a pit stop by her house the next time I'm there. Of course, on public property. I don't want to.
You are a fucking bag of shit. You are a bag of shit, and this is why people can't stand you. You are a nasty, vindictive, spiteful, hateful bitch. What the hell is wrong with you? My God.
Anybody feeling unsafe or fearful because I'm just not like that.
Oh no, as you're sitting there with your fucking fist clenched, telling this woman you're going to come to her house, coupled with your fucking meltdown yesterday, your teeth, your underbite showing, Betty. Not cute.
But I'm pretty sure she's not going to want to see me across her street on a live stream.
Nobody wants to see you across the street.
But c'est la vie, c'est la vie. You know, that's what happens. It is. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, we will be out in Tennessee again.
She makes me sick. She literally makes me sick.
She's disgusting.
She's a fucking beast. You are a beast.
We have a reason to take a trip now.
Wow.
The sad part is that they're...
See, and she's that special kind of scumbag, like all disgusting people like her, that know, they know up, much like I know to the millimeter my husband's line in the sand. Like, you know, but when I say that, I'm talking, you know, I know what my dream ride is when I open up the garage. But I also know what the reality is, that, you know, he may not be thinking of it first, but I can talk him into it. But in her case, like all scummy people who behave like this, she knows that, well, I'm not telling this woman that I'm going to do her mental or bodily harm. I'm just telling her I'm going to come hang out at her house. She knows exactly what she's doing. I cannot, Betty, I swear to God, every time I try to find the fucking humanity in her, every time.
It doesn't exist.
I can't find it. And just when I'm like trying to, I really do. When I say that I try and humanize her, I do. Because I can't stand the fact that we're all in this same neighborhood and that there's someone that like her.
Yeah.
And I've so many times I've said to myself, God, could it be? Is this really like a character? I have tried, because I'm not someone, I I want to see good for people. I'm not jealous. Just like this video of this woman we're going to watch, this kid. Never heard of her in my life. I'm thrilled that this video was played by so many people and that it's helped give a boost to her channel. I love that.
I do too.
And if
I
you
think it's
don't,
awesome.
Betty doesn't like shit like that. That is not who Betty is. Betty would hate on her for it. She'd find something wrong with it. Because Betty hates everybody because she's fucking wildly insecure.
Yep.
So I've tried. I have tried again and again and again to rationalize her behavior, to find something in her that's human.
Nope.
And then you see shit like this, and that is so disgusting what she just did. And you need to hear what she said yesterday. I mean, it is so foul. I mean, she basically said to that woman, like she's the fucking sheriff. There's a new sheriff in YouTube land, and it's Bullhorn Betty. And little girl, I don't know if she called her little girl. She kept calling literally Davis fam little girl. But
which was funny.
All that means is that you're really under her skin when she calls you little girl, because she hasn't realized yet that it really makes her look like an idiot more than she usually is. I mean, Betty, you have come by your grimy, shitty reputation all on your own. You are not a victim of anyone. You do the victimizing. That's what you do. And yeah, Lisa's going to fucking preach this afternoon, whatever it is. I hope this is the beginning of the end of her shitty channel. She brings nothing fucking good anywhere she goes. She brings nothing but venom and hatred, and it's just disgusting. God.
It is.
Oh my God, Beer Can, hello. And by the way, did you hear her say that Beer Can? Basically, if I got it right, and Beer Can, you can correct me if not. What I heard was she said that Beer Can was paid by Peggy to follow her around and take pictures of her house. I'm pretty sure Betty had landed in her YouTube throne. I'm pretty sure she didn't even have long enough for her ass to warm the cushion up in her throne before she was telling all of YouTube where she lives, and she's a political blah blah blah. Bitch, you are a no political anything. And you know how I know that? Because I know the people that are. I've never seen or heard you be at any of those events. So honestly, it's vile. I've just never seen someone out in the free world that has that kind of venomous hate for everybody. Everybody is on Betty's shit list. Bitch, do you ever have a good day? Do you?
Make it make sense.
I can't. I cannot.
I know.
I cannot. And when
it's just beyond. I've never. Look, you make me speechless. I'm pretty bumfuzzled, discombobulated, the whole thing.
I know the ones who have very expensive fundraisers. They do not. That I know.
No. Been there, done that.
It is the irony of her calling someone a bully when she is the biggest bully on this Street.
Yes.
But-
Quite fascinating. if you
Yeah,
ask
why
me.
don't we watch it again for,
Let's.
posterity? Let's watch it again. And everybody pay attention to her hand. It was the first thing after her screeching. It was the first thing that caught my eye is this. She's got her hand balled up in a fist. Don't let her fool you.
Yep.
She has massive. Well, I am speaking to a former nurse
Hmm.
with a specialty in more than just trauma.
Also, survival skills.
I mean, if you want to share with the class, you can. I'm
What's
not.
that? Do tell. Which one?
That's up to you.
Yeah,
Your your other specialty when your career. I mean, we know you worked in trauma.
I don't know. You'll have to put it in the back chat. I'm having trouble.
Oh,
I mean, I'm distracted here. Put it in the back chat. I'm thinking of 1,000 things. Oh yeah. I got an extensive experience in psych. That's right.
yeah. I just didn't want to.
Yeah. No.
Just in case you didn't want that out there. Yeah.
Oh no. I know. I mean.
Well, go ahead and tell the kids in class about that. Just because, not that you're speaking in a professional capacity, but you view this through maybe a different lens than
I
just
do view. You're
me,
talking about what we talked about this morning. The three,
Mhm.
the trifecta.
Yeah. Which you don't need to share that, but just tell the class what else you did in your career besides working in.
I
trauma.
did psych. I had to deal with. Are you thinking of a specific one? I'm thinking about.
Oh,
five.
no. I just mean,
Just give the.
yes, just that was another aspect of your career was in that
Yes.
field.
So, in my psych career, I dealt with some really twisted, out of control people. And
Yes,
it's in
because
the eyes.
You worked as a psychiatric nurse.
Yes. And at the jail as the booking nurse.
Ooh,
So,
that must have been fun.
oh, it was a blast. It was second to trauma that I loved. I did that for on contract for about 6 months. And wow, that was an eye-opener.
I was going to say, boy, I want to hear those stories.
Oh, yeah. Well, the two, I can add two of them together.
Did you ever have Betty come across your?
No, this was
No?
not
Okay.
in this area, not in this state actually.
She'd hung up her life of crime. She was done with all that.
Well, no, I wasn't in this state. I was in a different
Oh, okay.
state.
Okay.
But yeah, so when I see her, okay, we'll take her out of the equation. It's in the eyes, it's in the body language, it's in the speech pattern.
Not that she is diagnosing Betty.
No.
At all.
This is not diagnosing. This is
It's
just my
just
personal,
generality.
not medical. Let's make that very clear. This is my personal experience, actually, from just working in, the inner city of DC and survival on the street. Okay. One of the first things I always did as someone, especially if I was alone at night, was I make immediate body language assessment. Are they walking fast? Are they making, are they talking, are they walking fast? Are they being aggressive looking?
And we should all do that every day.
every
Everywhere we are.
day.
Always.
Yes.
I do.
Yes.
Even if it's the middle of the day coming out of my grocery store, I try to and it's
Absolutely.
it's a involuntary thing. I just do it.
You have to have your
always
head on
there.
a swivel now.
And
You have to have your head on the swivel.
I look to the sides. I listen.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes. And so the body language, one of the things that the cops that I hung out with taught me, if at all possible, make no eye contact with a stranger when you're especially alone on the street with somebody that's coming toward you. So it's body language. I'm good at detecting breathing patterns because that's my job. And if they get close enough to me, I'm noticing a lot more. It's in the eyes, it's in the body language. And if they speak to me, I'm immediately assessing, what am I getting from this? Is it pressured speech? Is it crazy speech? Because I have to make my game plan for escape regardless, right? So those are the things that I observe in people when they're about to snap. You see people on the street and you can tell. Those are my suggestions to everyone, especially the women. Please, please be aware of your surroundings.
Day and night. No
Day
matter
and night.
where you are. No matter
Absolutely.
where you are.
Absolutely.
This is going to sound funny, but this is how ingrained it is in me.
Yes.
And this isn't even, I don't even do this because I do, when I walk the dog, I mean, I'm out in the sticks and there's lots of animals, but occasionally you get somebody who's an asshole and they don't keep their dog properly secured. And there's been a couple times when I'm in my own yard, but you know, my yard is a couple acres. Now I'm not walking the dog around 2 acres, but you know, just where I typically walk the dog around the house and a little bit of that. Because I have seen dogs that would kill my dog. Like I have, and you know how little dogs are? They especially if mine is old and little. He thinks he's a real badass.
Yes.
I carry every time I go out the door, I carry pepper spray with me.
Absolutely.
I keep it right next to the leash. And it's because of other animals that I'm just, you know, I think it's going to happen? No, but I'm damn sure going to be ready for it if it does. But you never know. There's people everywhere that, who knows why people do what they do, why they are where they are.
Exactly.
I'd rather be safe than sorry. So yes, ladies, just always be aware wherever you are, whatever the time of day or night.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. We're gonna let me put this in the chat. This is from Daz, our own Daz Larson, who is in the chat right now. I'm gonna drop the link. That is, we are going to watch. She's got 2 videos from this morning, both short. Was the first one we watched Daz's? I guess we're going to find out in a minute. Did that link? Can y'all see it? Did I put it? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. Let me pull that up. Share screen. We're going to watch. Okay, we're going to watch this one first.
Oh, can I make one quick comment real quick?
Yes.
About pepper spray. I prefer a taser, and the reason being, the wind is your enemy. So depending upon where you live, especially, the wind will be your enemy.
Yep.
The taser is much. Now they have to get a little closer to you.
I was going to say that's.
You know, it's a trade-off, but just if you're going to carry pepper spray, please, please, please stick your finger in the air first.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, that's the end of my.
If anybody did it, it would be me. Okay, this is also from this morning. Buckle up, here we go.
Money on this. I mean, it's just that simple. A copyright strike is going to go away in 10 days because the lady has to sue me.
Okay.
She's obviously on drugs and doesn't have a pot to
Betty, where do you get that assessment that she's obviously on drugs? I'm wondering.
piss in or when to throw it out at, right? And I'm probably going to make a pit stop by her house the next time I'm there. Of course, on public property. I don't want anybody feeling unsafe or fearful.
You are a fucking scumbag. You are an absolute dirtbag scumbag. Wear it. Wear it.
Because I'm just not like that.
No, you are
but
exactly like that.
I'm pretty sure she's not going to want to see me across her street on a live stream. But c'est la vie. C'est la vie.
It's c'est la vie. C'est la vie.
You know, that's what happens. It is. So, with that being said, we will be out in Tennessee again.
Woo!
We have a reason to take a trip now.
Oh, take a trip now.
The sad part is that there.
Yeah, tell your fearless leader that, Ms. Robin. Honest to God. She is fucking morally bankrupt. That is what she is.
She's beyond bankrupt.
Amoral. Hi, Corrine. How are you? I've never seen someone. Let me just real quick. I want to see if this is, I think this is the same video. I'm just going to listen to this real quick. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, yes. She's not worried at all. You can tell. She seems cool as a cucumber, as always. Very calm and relaxed. Yeah, sure. She's not bothered. Not bothered at all.
No.
Well, congratulations, Betty. Because like myself and old Perla Press here, I'm pretty sure that neither one of us have any idea like how far you can go with your mouth on your poorly veiled threats, and your intimidation and bullying. You know, I don't have any clue how close you can get to someone's home while live streaming across the street as a way to bully and intimidate them into either doing or not doing what it is you want. Yeah, I would have no clue. You know why? Because I don't do shit like that. Yeah, no, I don't like, I truly believe she has so little control in her life over anything. And if I had to guess, that's been a lifelong affliction. That she that's why she gets so vicious, because she perceives this as her like little fiefdom and her power. Like she thinks she's got power here, and that by poorly veiling threats to come and stand out in front of your house, Betty, let me know when you're coming, girl. And like, if you like flavored water, or, you know, tell me what kind of bottled water you like. I'll put a cooler out there for you.
And the police department will have already put a sign up that says no stopping, standing, or loitering.
Oh, okay.
They
I don't know about anything like that. I don't, because I do not.
The county could do that if she pushed for it.
I got to talk to Zen real quick. Girl, did you hear when I took attendance this morning? I said I needed to see you and Willow after class. Hey, Rachel, Corrine, Ninny, hi. And anybody who came in while we were talking or playing the video, hello. Zen, I was watching you give Morbid a tarot reading. Would you do one for me live? I want to do it. And you know I've got the orbs.
Oh, yeah. Has anyone seen orbs today?
Did you see Zen do a reading for Morbid live?
No, I missed that.
Oh, I'll put the link down.
Please do.
So Zen, I will tell me how to get a hold of you. Like, and do you have an email? I can hold on. I'm gonna pull up her reading, Morbid's tarot. I'm gonna put the link. So if you're our own Zen 11, who's always so supportive of everyone, she reads tarot cards, which I knew that she did. Okay, hold on. I can't talk and chew gum at the same time. Oh, here it is. I watched it this morning. I haven't finished it, but I'm going to. I think, yeah, this is on Morbids. So there's the link to Zen reading Morbids tarot cards. So yeah, Zen, if you will, you can email me if you don't want to put it in the chat. It's just crimesandfashion@gmail.com. And I would love, and I'll pay you. I don't expect you to do it for free. I would, but I think that would be so much fun. I've never had tarot cards done. So you would be taking another, I will give you my tarot card virginity, Zen, if you want it. You can't have my Discord, Jerry. That, not to be confused with the Glarus, Jerry. No.
Yeah, no.
Who, incidentally, Morbid says he's being catfished by a porn star named, what's her name? Oh God, it was hilarious. And I haven't gotten far enough in to know how he knows that, but that's not my story to tell. I could believe anything. Oh, all right, Zen. Thank you so much.
Son, you make me proud.
Huh?
I would say, oh, son, you make me proud.
Sorry, I was writing down Zen's email. I could just go back, but okay.
You could, but that's too easy.
All right. So shall we get into the?
Shall we?
No, Brianna. He is not calling her a porn star. He says that who Glare believes to be Cherry is a picture. Now wait, how did he put this? I think he said, and I was listening to it, but I was driving and I'm not real familiar with any of those players. So I was kind of like, huh? I think what he said was who he thinks he's talking to and the image that he associates with who he's talking to belongs to a porn star from some other country.
Oh. Well, is she good looking? I mean,
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
I mean, these are the things you ask yourself. Just saying.
At Putthole, you're not wrong. Yes, she is supposedly in another country. So yeah, who knows? I don't know. Okay. So yes, I would encourage everybody. Our own sweet Zen 11. She, much like someone else who may be on this panel,
I think Wise Angel does that too.
Has the gift. She said she comes from a family. I do believe she said on her dad's side that have the gift of just being in touch with intuitions and otherworldly things and apparitions and things like that. So the link is in the chat. And I do believe Zen, I know she does it for, I don't want to speak for Zen. I will pay you. I will not, I don't want you to do it for free. But yeah, if anybody's interested in that kind of thing. All right. Let me get rid of that one. All right. Let's present again and let's get this Yeah, but I got such a kick out of hearing Betty say that Peggy and Beer Can are in cahoots.
Of all
Paranoia,
people.
paranoia, anyone?
Paranoia. Yeah. Paranoia. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. I see Bearcat right up all over that.
All right. Take it away, Kit.
Mm-mm.
He's cute.
Okay, you all, I've been falsely struck over reporting the truth about SF Investigates. Someone doesn't want the truth out there. My main account has been disabled.
Like
We will
you.
be hitting the backup.
Not you, Kit.
account.
Betty. Betty, you.
I'll start
It's we speaking.
reporting SF Investigates on all platforms. Oh, here, let me get some
Now-
comments.
Call me crazy, but isn't that a little...
Is it?
Why would you report someone on... Well, never mind. Oh, and Betty, by the way, I just want to let you know, you are not in league with SF Investigates, at least not in as much as in a professional capacity, if his CV is to be believed. And he is licensed in Crazy Nurse. Do you know if it's, I know it's Tennessee and
Tennessee, Florida. Was it Texas?
I thought there was at least one other one. And
Yeah.
oh, and he is a pilot, I believe.
Yes.
Betty only pilots her rocket ship. You know, when she takes herself to rocket scientist class, she travels there in her rocket ship.
And what they may or may not be doing. But when I was out at the front row Trump rally, she was rubbing his back. And when I asked him for a pin, he went inside her purse.
Sorry,
She was
guys.
not standing there. So I don't know what that says to everybody else here on the streets of YouTube. But
Well, it doesn't tell me that he's laying the pipe because he reached in her bag to get a pen. It tells me that they are at least very familiar with one another. I mean, I've had personal assistants in the past, and if they were with me somewhere, like it would not be unheard of for them to reach into my bag and get a pen or something like that. So
Exactly.
to me, that
I
seems
don't see anything nefarious in that.
No.
implies a little more personal relationship.
Hold on a
I
minute.
never
I'll give her that. It implies more of a more personal relationship. Yes, I will give her that. Does it mean he's laying the pipe down? No.
knew that he was going to take an opportunity to try to take my channel down by the use of SF Investigates and the war I'm having with him. I truly don't believe this is SF Investigates.
Oh, isn't it ironic that after this tirade, we come to find out it wasn't either one of them? I love that.
Here's
Okay,
why.
I see.
Because I've been
Yeah.
posting these things on Twitter, and why they may
Shoot,
be
shoot, shoot.
flagged or whatever, they're not coming down on Twitter, and that's his channel. So, Steve, you're wrong. You're not a Florida PI, a Florida PI, a Tennessee PI. Oh, and that
No, you're wrong, asshole. He is.
brings me
Oh
to
my
the next
God.
thing. We'll get on to Steve because we got a lot to talk about with JLR. He is not going.
Okay. Does anybody know? Is there anybody on Betty's list of? Is there anyone Betty likes? Let's just make this easy. I've got a list 1,000 miles long of everybody she hates. Is there anyone she likes?
Olivia.
Olivia. Okay. Oh, what about Olivia's mom? She's
Yes.
Olivia, honey. You're just a little babe in the woods, a sweet young thing. And take a little advice from someone who knows. Your time's coming, pumpkin. As soon as you're done being useful to this fucking rabid mongoose viper, yeah, your time will also come. But
That's right.
something tells me that in Olivia's case, she'll probably just breathe a sigh of relief because she's a young girl. And unless hopefully Betty is like the skankiest person she's been around as of
Yes.
yet in her young life. So,
Mhm.
you know, when you haven't been exposed to a lot of that, I would imagine she may very well just breathe a sigh of relief when it's all over and Betty, Betty shows her the door. But Betty's list of friends is 2 of 2. So
Going to intimidate me. He is not going to pressure me behind the scenes, and he is not going to shut my mouth. Let me tell you that right now. And I know he's watching.
this
He
right
pushed me
here,
way over the edge.
this
And now
will shut your
your
mouth
secrets are not mine to keep.
because they're
buddy.
rather big when you
You don't
first
come in
start.
after me and take my channel, and I know it was you because this is the same strategy you used against burnt toast, and I know that.
Oh, by the way, you're wrong.
Because you told me. Again, your secrets are not mine to keep. Your
Woo!
shenanigans behind the scenes
That's
while you
not
have
me.
this facade in front of people, again, is not my secrets to keep. Jonathan Lee Riches. Jonathan Lee Riches actually has tried to silence me politically. He told me that if I come clean,
Tried to silence me politically. What
What politically?
I was going to say, Betty, I've already gone over how I know that you're nobody in politics. Just because I picture her like street cred of being front row Joe. You know what I picture that equivalence? The guy who stands in front of the strip mall where there's an H&R Block at tax time and wears a Statue of Liberty costume.
Oh yeah.
While standing, they've got the thing on the machine that's doing one of these, doing the wind
Uh-huh.
dance. Yeah, that's Betty. That's Betty's
Yeah.
political gravitas. She's connected.
She don't know what that means.
and this is why I've kept my mouth shut, that he was going to
Ah,
Oh, what's
that's
going
why
on here?
days when
damage me
Betty has
politically.
a
At this
mouthful,
point, I don't give a shit. If they're going to take him over me, then I don't need to be a part of it anyways.
then they're probably very wise.
Period. Because he's a felon, he's still on felony probation, and he's doing a lot of damage behind the scenes, not only to me, but to other people to keep his secrets hushed. And I'm done. I'm not going to be playing these games. And as a matter of fact, there's things I'm not going to be discussing on here. I'll allege them. I'll allege a few things.
Where are those things? Because you've called him a serial killer. You've said he is like a Lothario, fucking gigolo extraordinaire. What are the things you're holding back, Betty? I hope you didn't help him like bury any bodies or anything, because that's about the only thing I can come up with.
Well, that's problematic.
Yeah, I mean, some things I'm holding back. I mean, we've already hit serial killer and gigolo. So where do we go from here? What's left? His hair care secrets?
Yes.
He should share them with you if he has anybody. Ooh, you better tell that producer he's gonna get fired. If you need to walk the producer, just let me know.
But the rest of it, I'm taking to the law enforcement. I'm over it. And you are not going to take my channel. And if you do so,
I have a question. She's known, supposedly, things of such gravity that she's, quote, going to law enforcement with it.
So why did she do this before?
Yeah, and could that not be problematic for her if she's had illegal? Like it does beg the question, doesn't it? Like,
Yes.
Betty,
Yes,
are
yes,
you
it
going to
does.
have to? Are you going to have to cut a deal like immunity? What are we talking here? Witness protection? What? Like, come on. Although,
Killing cereals? I mean, he kills cereal. So I don't know,
if he's got to go into witness protection, or if she's got to go into witness protection to spill the beans, I mean, what is that going to mean for her YouTube career? I mean, you can't be live streaming media sensation from, a bunker in some, well, I guess they keep her in the country. I vote for putting her in the Black Forest somewhere.
Yes.
I think she's very much, she's the Germans. The Germans would seem to be, well, maybe historical Germans, not present. Now, present day, more like, I don't know, the Iranians, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Putin might like to have her.
Yes, I think
She
so.
doesn't take direction very well, though, so I don't know about that.
No, I don't know about that either. I mean, you have to be
So what?
willing to cooperate
Mhm. Mm.
at some point.
Yes, she's going to spill the secrets. The secrets are no longer hers to keep. I'm writing that down because that's a good show title.
We'll build a new one. We'll build a new one. This is going to be clipped and sent all over the internet anyway. So I'm going to take this time before any more damage, before he can damage me any further. I'm going to take the time.
Betty, he can't damage you anywhere near as much as you damage yourself.
Just to come clean. But before we do, I'm going to go ahead and play something for you because I've got to address yet another
Can't wait.
asshole
Woo!
on the street.
Literally, David
Oh.
Sam, are you getting ready to enter this conversation?
Hi, guys. Let's see if we'll stay here long enough for me to wave to you guys. I know you guys see me in my screen, but you guys can't even see me. I'm just waving at my screen. You guys will see it in a second. Now you'll see. So there I am.
Bullhorn Betty,
Now I'm going to wait. There I am. See, I'm waving at the screen. Look at that. Look at that. Bullhorn Betty live on Twitter. Live on Twitter. Why? Because we're exposing two a-holes
Here's your
that
appointment.
have just muddied the waters, haven't they? So first, without further ado, our liar, pants on fire.
My goodness, she looks vastly different, drastically different in this
Mm-hmm.
picture than she does in the other one.
Doesn't she, though?
SF investigates. We say your allegations of being licensed in the state of Tennessee are a lie, buddy. We do not believe it. I'm going to demand receipts at this point.
Oh, this
Now,
was epic, too.
poor Betty has made mistakes, and I own the mistakes I make.
Since when do you own the mistakes you make? I've never heard you own any mistake ever.
I don't like being called a liar when I do my due diligence. Let's play it.
Do my due diligence. Wow. You need to get more due in your diligence.
See what we found out. Shall we, Steve?
Hey guys, Bullhorn Betty here. So I really get irritated about lies. I get irritated about people covering.
I really
up their
get
BS. I
irritated
very
about
irritated
every
with
fucking
people
thing
trying to
in the
call me a
world.
liar when I do my due diligence.
Because I
I have checked the Department of Tennessee website. There is no Stephen Fisher. Stephen Fisher is not licensed in the state of Tennessee.
Where are
And
you
if he's not on that
licensed,
list, he's not licensed. This is the email that I just received from one of my mods that was posted by Steve Fisher. Check it out. Capturing the moment when Bullhorn Betty realizes I'm indeed licensed in Tennessee. It's the ultimate irony. Her entire live broadcast intended to discredit me backfires spectacularly and only served to spotlight her own profound stupidity. So I'm going to be shocked when I find out that he is licensed in Tennessee, right? Okay. Well, here's the website for Tennessee PI to verify licenses. Check it out. So I went over to the Department of Commerce and Insurance, and I clicked on the verify a license link. At that point, I ran the first search as Stephen Fisher. And then I searched that name.
Apparently, nobody has clued her in that you can spell Stephen a variety of ways.
And Fisher.
Yeah, good point.
As you see, several names come up in the search. And as I scroll down, I notice one thing missing: Stephen Fisher. Stephen Fisher is nowhere on the verified license link. So I decided to check the link different or the search different and put Fisher, Stephen, just to verify that I didn't do anything wrong. So now I've done the search both ways. And guess what? The same exact list shows up for me. So this concludes that Stephen Fisher is not licensed in the state of Tennessee. Steve, show receipts.
Except when he is.
I don't see any Stephen Fisher on there.
There you go.
Call me stupid,
Stupid.
but Stephen,
I call
you
stupid
have to
all the
actually
time.
fill out an application, submit it with a application fee. And I'm
Look at that fucking smug bitch. I mean, oh God.
sorry, but I'd like to see that proof.
Good things
All
come
right,
to
guys.
those
I'm
who
sorry,
wait.
I'm skipping around, but
So when I saw Magnolia out there with Jonathan, I learned that Magnolia has cancer.
That is so fucking vile. Like, what is wrong with you? What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? I mean, who does that?
Satan himself.
It's so wrong on so many levels. It's
Yeah.
just vile. I mean,
It is.
if I found out information about her, I would never, and I have zero use for her, I would never, ever share anyone's personal, medical, financial. It is so vile. How does she not see this? How does she not see that she has no standing to talk about anybody bullying, harassing, etc.? Her.
Exactly.
How does she not
Exactly.
see this?
Because she is of no conscience. There's something inherently missing.
I truly, I believe she's about 12 or 13 mentally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've all known shitty people, hateful people, vindictive people, spiteful people. I just don't know any at this level at that
Nope.
age. Like, it's just staggering.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, and frankly, it's kind of frightening.
It is frightening. It's absolutely frightening.
Carrying on.
Okay. And I don't know what type. I just, it was told to me. So it's obviously public information or, not kept.
Excuse me? It was told to, how fucking stupid are you? It was told to me, so that obviously makes it public information. No, putting it on a community post, that makes it public information. Somebody telling you just makes you a bag of shit who has no compassion, caring, class, respect for anyone else. That's what it means.
Mike Stevens says that she has the right to defend herself.
Mike, this is not defending herself. This is fucking scorched earth by a woman scorned. Mike, you're skating on thin ice, my friend. Okay.
Yeah.
And I've already told the mods, when you're tired of dealing with them, bounce him. That's all. You're right. She does have the right to defend herself. This is not defending herself. This is scorched earth, is what this is. That woman, Magnolia, who, by the way, Mike, stand by, because out of this own fucking disgusting bitch's mouth in just a few minutes, she's going to talk about what a nice person Magnolia is. Well, really? Then why are you blowing her information? I didn't know Magnolia had cancer. I didn't need to know Magnolia had cancer. It's none of my fucking business. And it's none of hers either. And that's how she treats somebody she likes and thinks is nice? How is that defending herself? How is putting that woman's personal business to be weaponized against her? How is that defending herself? Because is her fight not with JLR? And even if JLR was the one who had that issue, I would still not condone her putting that out there. I mean, like, I don't get it. What, you think that anything goes? It doesn't. Not for decent people, it doesn't.
Kept a secret.
Which explains
And
her.
so I had just had it. Okay. I really had just had it with his shenanigans, with all these women and everything like that. I just want to let you ladies know, whenever he steps away to have those conversations, he's talking to another woman. Aunt Mary is not Aunt Mary. Aunt Mary is his sugar mama, and she lives in Georgia. He sneaks off with her out in the woods. I'm not going to allege what they're doing, but they go to a cabin several times a year. And
why does she care so much? Because so far, all she's doing is bringing other people. She's throwing other people under the bus that are in his peripheral that haven't done anything to her. I don't know why she thinks anybody gives a shit. I don't give two shits.
And that's the house
He's the
living
only one who cares.
Okay. He does not own that home. That is the house that his sugar mama put him up in. Okay. He is on, and I found this out because he's lied to me for several years, telling me he was not on felony probation.
Are you a dumbass moron? I mean, please, let me get this straight. You're Perry Mason. I mean, actually, you worked in Perry Mason's office using a dictation machine, didn't you? Isn't that how you put it? Yeah. So here you are. You're this brilliant legal brain trust, but you don't understand the difference between felony probation and or parole or probation for something not a felony. Yeah. Okay. Betty wants to have it always. Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. Have it your way. Or was that Burger King? Whatever it was. Yeah. Betty wants to have it always. Whatever suits her present circumstances.
Everybody kept saying, and I went to bat for him because that's what he.
See, because I've been confused. I only like watched part of it. Is she talking about JLR now?
Kid, we never know what she's talking about.
I mean, call me stupid,
No, you're not stupid.
but I know she's talking about both of them. I don't understand. If he's on felony probation, how is he able to leave the state? He's got the whatchamacallit in and travel all over. I didn't know that. And I don't know why her channels got struck. I have no idea why. I mean, everything's alleged. Who knows who did it? You know? Okay, thank you for letting me know, you guys. Here we go. And by the way, she gave permission.
He told me. And come to find out, that was a lie. He does this shenanigans behind the scenes. So while I was sitting there researching what was going on and, you know, how many women, first of all, he's got some in Sarasota.
Wait a
He's
minute,
got several in Tampa.
wait a minute. Betty's researching his women. What do they have a website? Like is wow. You must have some game. You must have some real prowess in the cabin, in the Jack Shack. God dang. Oh God.
I'm shocked who some of these people are. I got to be honest with you. And this is his thing. He
like I don't understand any of this. She just said some bullshit about as she was doing her research, which makes it sound like there's some public database where she can just go and find an alphabetical list of all of JLR's lovers.
Right?
She's so gross. She's just disgusting.
Sounds to me like stalking.
Wow, what's going on?
his facade is his secrecy. That's his power. So when we remove his secrecy, he no longer has power. And it's just very, very highly disturbing to me that something like him being with a girl turned out to me losing my channel for 7 days. But that's what it is. I knew he was going to come after me. I didn't know how hard, but I had to analyze the whole entire.
And now he probably really is going to come after you. And guess who gives zero fuck?
Exactly.
That would be most of YouTube. Enjoy.
Sure, and find out who's really coming after me. Is that SF investigates? He's doing the warring on Twitter publicly. This is somebody that's behind the scenes sneaky, right? Somebody.
Wait a minute. I thought Queen Bee was responsible for every bad thing that's ever happened to you in your life. Your YouTube.
Oh yeah,
life,
there's
anyway.
that one too.
Yes. Betty, you need to go back to Scooby-Doo and Shaggy's school of, mystery van mysteries, because you point the finger at everybody at various points in time. And I mean, boy, this one must have been hard to, she's got a lot of egg on her face from this one.
No
There's
kidding.
nothing like having an epic rage of multiple parts and then being proven wrong. That's always fun.
That probably puts on a nice facade for everybody. He hates kids. Not that he wants anything bad to happen to kids, but he hates kids. So this.
Your point is, what, you love kids so much? That's why you do the work you do. That's not work.
aside that he's out there and doing things. He treats women like crap. One of his ex-girlfriends
You treat everyone like crap, whether they have an X or a Y chromosome. Whatever that picture on the bathroom door is, whether they're wearing a dress or pants or neither.
he beat. Okay. Again, these are things that I'm learning. I've spoken with her before, right? These are horrible, horrible things, but that's not the big thing. Why is he taking me out for all these girly things, right? No big deal. It's not that. It's because I found out that he trolled somebody in 2016. We'll call this the Moore case. And that person ended up taking their life.
That is a gigantic bomb she just threw.
You think?
Yes.
I fear for
And
anybody.
yet another case of, well, let's listen and see if she actually comes right out and accuses him, or if she's just going to sprinkle these little seeds of innuendo.
And then it brought me back to a situation of Betty Keys. And I remember this firsthand. This is firsthand knowledge from me. Now, I don't know if this chick Betty Keys was referring to really did lose her life or not. I don't know. I have no earthly idea. Okay. If he could have been teaching JLR a lesson for all I know. She may be very well alive. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. But I know.
Does anybody know who this lady is she's talking about? More?
For anybody, just for the benefit of anyone that may not know, this has been, I don't know if it's been quite a year, but many months back, Benny Keys had, he called her a sister. I don't think it was a true relative by blood. I seem to remember at the time, why do I feel like he said it was a stepsister or something like that?
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, Benny had, whether it was a relative or a very close friend, she did indeed die. I believe it was said at the time it was an OD, and
she did have a problem. And
Yeah.
yes, she did. So,
and that's
nobody did it to her.
That's what Betty's referencing right here.
See, I don't keep up on this stuff like that. You know what I mean? The live from this morning makes me look worse than JLR. Oh, it makes her. Okay. Wow.
Oh, that girl, that Benny Keys said took her life, JLR was very upset about. He seemed very nervous. And he came to me and he's like, do you really think BK did that or is being truthful? And I went back and looked at the video and I said, yeah, I kind of do. And if you guys remember, I even took 2 weeks to let him grieve. We were all warring at the time.
Oh, I remember you sitting on a live stream, and oh yes, I remember you had all kinds of foul, filthy things to say. I don't remember a 2-week reprieve or whatever the hell she just said, but I do remember the time.
Well, Jonathan told me that he had been trolling that woman really hard. So these are the things.
Yeah, so you being the fine, upstanding fucking citizen that you are, Miss Advocate, Miss Citizen Journalist, Miss Investigator, Detective Wannabe, you sat on this information all these months, but now that you're pissed at him, now all of a sudden this is of the utmost importance, and your you just need to unburden your non-existent conscience, right? Is that what you're doing here, Betty?
Okay, wasn't that Benny's friend, or he said it was his sister? Remember he live streamed it?
Yep.
Being at the scene?
I think it was in Houston where it happened.
Is that the one?
Dallas, one of the two.
Okay, yeah. All right, thank you. That's what I remember that.
Causing a lot of problems behind the scenes.
Yeah, Betty's going to attempt to rewrite his.
And again, these are just alleged facts. I'm not the investigative body that needs to be looking into these.
No shit.
I know that he has done some damage to me behind the scenes, and I was none the wiser because
And now that you're
I was
pissed,
blind
now it's the time.
I was
for this
blind.
Very
But
important.
he's trying to
information
destroy
be
me
investigated.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, she's got to be careful of the words she puts out there.
She's never careful with the words she.
I mean, she's in there saying he caused the death of this woman. You can't
Well,
do
she
that.
hasn't said it, but it's been very strong innuendo.
And I'm not going to be quiet. And he threatened me if I came public that he was going to try to destroy me politically. I don't care at this point
You are nobody.
because
politically.
I
So
truly
what the
believe
fuck
that he was
you're
trying to push
talking
me over
about,
the edge.
I have no idea.
If you really want to know the truth about it, he's a very strategic
I
man,
wouldn't go to you.
and he
if
did a
I
lot of
really
stuff behind
wanted
the scenes to
truth.
me
You and the truth.
that people don't
are
understand.
Strangers.
And I'm not going. It's not my. I'm not going to go into
I
it.
said that.
But this idea, this illusion with all this court filings that JLR and I are tight and all this other stuff, this man has lied to me. He has he's done a lot of ugly things.
Oh, Betty. Betty. Everybody's mean to Betty. Everybody lies to Betty. Everybody does Betty wrong. Betty never does anything. You notice that? Like, that to me says more than anything she could say up here.
She's
Is
the
the
victim forever.
Yes, it's the fact that any truthful, mature, rational adult person would say, listen, I haven't been perfect. I've said and done things I shouldn't have said or done, but not Betty. Nope. Betty is always the victim. She's always 100%, been the one on the receiving end of some unfair treatment.
Yes.
But she never does
Always.
anything out. Nothing. Nope.
Always.
It's all the bad people doing it to Betty.
Yes.
To me that I don't wish to disclose here. But I will not be silent. I will not be
Why not?
used
You've
for a
been
pawn.
silent for all this time.
I will not be your secret keeper. I'm done. And when I say I'm done, I'm done. And you know who I'm going to call? I'm going to call law enforcement about this.
Ooh.
That's who I'm going to call because, again, I don't know whether these things are true or not, but they scared the hell out of me.
Well, then why the fuck didn't you call law enforcement all those months back? Huh? Why? You're so scared now. All of a sudden now you're so scared. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me because wouldn't you think that the more he's grown and the bigger his channel has gotten, the more self-control and restraint he would exercise because he's got a bigger pool of viewers, more eyes on him. Now, wouldn't you have been more concerned when he
I
really
think I
didn't
would.
have anything to lose?
But that's critical thinking. Yes.
Oh, and that's right. Back when he didn't have anything to lose, they were thick as thieves, and she was co-signing all his bullshit, and more than likely using him like a lot of other unscrupulous dirtbags did to do the dirty work that they either weren't smart enough or inclined enough to do.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
I have to be honest with you.
Okay, I'm confused. If it scared her, why didn't she call law enforcement?
Kent, that's a great question, girl.
I thought it was from a I thought she OD'd this woman.
That's what I thought.
Right, Kathy.
And Betty gives zero fucks
Right.
about that woman or her family or anything else. It's just
I know, that's why I'm sitting here saying.
all that woman is to her, whether she's, whether it was an accident at her own hand, death by misadventure, as they call it in the UK. Betty gives zero fucks about that woman, no matter what.
That's right.
That woman is only a vehicle to for Betty's rage at JLR. That's all. That's all it is.
That's all
Because
it is.
if she actually gave one fuck, she would have made that very important call to law enforcement that she's now so afraid. She'd have made that a long time ago.
That's right.
This is just spite and revenge. Do you know I saw a comment in the chat a minute ago and it's so
What?
perfect and I'm on my phone. That's why I can't highlight it.
What?
It said, she is really starting to remind me of Betty Broderick right now.
Yes. That's perfect.
Do you remember? I think it might have been my first channel. I did a side-by-side one day, a thumbnail of Betty next to Betty Broderick.
I don't remember that, but then, you know, I've slept since then.
Yeah, I remember.
She shouldn't be talking like this.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
not agreeing with nothing.
nobody's ever accused Betty of being smart. Except Betty.
No. Not really.
Especially knowing that he knows where I live. He knows my social security number. He knows my driver's license number. He knows my date of birth.
Why?
He could literally do a massive amount of damage.
Why does he have all that information?
And he's already started. And I truly believe that this whole thing with these false copyright strikes are a direct result of him.
No, you're wrong.
Because they are already plastered all
Not
over
him.
YouTube. Why is it only me
Not
getting
him.
copyright strikes?
She can't even solve her own damn Scooby-Doo mysteries in her life. Like, but she's gonna go out and get Shaggy and the gang and jump in the true crime
Keys.
fucking minivan, and they're gonna go solve crime all over the world. I
It's him,
mean,
Benny Keys. Wow. Just wow.
That's the question I have. And there's only one person angry enough.
Her social security number? She said that? How would he know that?
who knows?
She's asking all the questions.
Because
we
she
did.
was, yeah, because
That's
she was
weird.
dumb enough to give it to him.
with me right now
That's the one thing I
to try to do malicious things behind the scene, and that's JLR.
Mm.
And that's everything in a nutshell when it comes to that.
not that you've ever tried
There's
to do
a
anything
lot of
malicious
weight.
behind the scenes.
Oh,
No,
never.
But I
Betty-
can tell you
Betty does
that all
everything
these
out in the
women-
sunshine.
you guys are just side pieces for him. He will never claim you. He will always keep you his dirty little secret, because at the end of the day, he's got bigger fish to fry, right?
Which is unfortunate, but it pretty much just makes him like a very large percentage of other players rolling around this.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I know most men are just proud to heck of him. Okay.
And he's a single man.
There's
What
that.
what difference does it make to her? Why is she? I mean,
Because
she
it's a sugar
acts-
mama, supposedly. Who knows?
Yeah, who cares? Like, I don't give a shit if he's got them lined up from Maine to Spain. Like, I don't
Exactly.
care. I don't care.
What difference does it make?
None.
Why are we so flipped the freak out about this?
Because I think in her little mind, she thinks that's actually like exposing something. Do you think he cares either? He doesn't give a fuck.
No.
Because if that's true, well, you can be sure if he's juggling that many paramours, well,
Yes.
he's obviously good at scheduling, and and yeah, he's multitasking. Apparently, is something he excels at. So he's not going to care. And even if any of his paramours happen to be fans of Bullhorn, well, he'll be ready for it. Whatever
He'll be ready.
whatever text or phone call comes, he will be prepared.
Yes.
Like Great Aunt Mary, his sugar mama. He's got to keep that flame going, because let's face it, he's on disability. He has no.
Betty, are you by any chance on disability? I thought I heard that at one time.
Once, anyway.
Just asking for a few friends, as she so loves to say. Hi, Bob.
No money except what he makes on YouTube. So as far as I'm concerned, it's about $25,000. Definitely far cry from $3 million.
She doing his taxes? Like, is she filing his returns? I'm just wondering, does she have his social security number? That would be the question. Maybe he
Oh,
was
you
doing her
know she does
taxes.
not. You know he's not that. No, he's not that dumb.
Oh no, he is 100 times smarter than her. I've always said it. Always.
Always.
I don't think you'd find too many people who would disagree with that.
Look, if he could pull off what he pulled off, okay, all that time and got away with it for a long time.
Now, do you
his-
mean his love
original-
life? Do you mean his love life or his criminal career?
His white collar issue.
Okay. Yep.
If he could pull that off, and it take as long as it did for him to be caught, he's not dumb. He may be dumb to some worldly things, but he's not dumb.
Well, and
And this is right up his alley. Think about it.
yeah, I think she's yeah. He wouldn't be the one I'd pick.
No.
A far cry from 3 million. His money is not his. His lifestyle is a facade. And I'm not going to have a facade take me down when I'm trying to do real work here while he's trying to play this.
How do you do real work when you don't have a job? What is your real work that you're doing? I'm just not clear on that. And just for the record, I've always said that the house that he's in, I always figured it was his parents or something, or a rental, or.
Exactly.
But his house looks a hell of a lot nicer and better kept than hers does. Just
Oh,
saying.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And-
she looks like she lives in a fucking storage unit.
Yes.
He's got a
He
nice.
has- yes.
Yeah, so whether it's his house or not, whoever's home it is, well, someone keeps it nice and tidy and presentable.
Mm-hmm.
This great guy. You guys can believe what you want to believe. I really don't care. Some people just need to learn the lesson on their own.
Well, I think he's
Because I'm
probably
telling you,
got
I've learned a very valuable lesson that is most likely. I don't think he's going to take my channel, but he's going to be able to do some major damage. I'm hoping by coming clean it will
you'll do
stop,
it.
but I can only.
You and your lack of self-control and your spiteful hatred, vitriol, you will do all the heavy lifting for him.
assume that at this point, I can only assume at this point it's probably going to get worse, and he's probably going to act like nothing happened, and he's probably not going to address this, and he's probably going to be reaching out to everybody under the sun to try to apply pressure to shut me up. But I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. He's gone too far for me. So now we're in it. You know, now it's a whole QB thing all over. Now it's gone to the point where we have to expose, and now we have to go down this road because my quiet is going to be what ends up killing me here, because I've got a channel to worry.
If that isn't, does Krama, don't we have an awards banquet once a year? Doesn't Savage give out awards? Because that right there, she's definitely up for nomination for most dramatic fantasy.
Yes.
Her silence is going to get her killed. Is that what she said?
I think so.
I'd be more worried about your big fucking mouth getting you in trouble.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
should try
right.
the silent route, Betty. That might work out for you. This part doesn't seem to be, I don't know. Silence is
Look-
golden. Isn't that what they say?
Supposedly. Let's address Mike. Mike says,
Oh
how
my
can
God.
a straight guy have such a feminine house? No. It's called taste. It's called decor. It's called interior design and clean. Does that answer it?
Well, here's the thing. Listen, I'm not taking issue with, I mean, I'm sorry, but every time I look at JLR, I have to give this one to the glare because he came up with it. And it's the only thing I ever think when I look at him. Caillou. I mean,
Yeah.
But here's another thing I'll say. He would not be the first man I've ever heard of on here, or not on here, anywhere,
Mhm.
here or the real world. Listen, he's not, no, I've seen many men that I've heard the same type of thing about, and your first reaction is always, oh yeah, sure. Like, oh yeah, tell me more. But
Mhm.
there's a lot to be said for the gift of gab, for intellect, for not everybody is fixated on looks. Okay.
No.
Look at just anybody, even celebrities and whatnot. Oh my God, perfect example. Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. I mean,
Yeah.
I think she's a gross skank, but she's fucking beautiful. She's gorgeous.
Yes.
Can't take that away. She is gorgeous. He is probably one of the ugliest men alive. He is not attractive. She doesn't need his money. Obviously, and he's had other very pretty girlfriends. So obviously there is something, it's the sense of humor, it's the intellect, and it unfortunately it doesn't always work the same for women. So I don't call having, do I look at JLR and think Lothario? No. But I
No.
also don't have a problem believing it when I hear it. And the fact that he has a nice home,
Uh-huh.
that just means he's a big boy. Like he's a grown up. Not everybody wants to live in a pig pen with dirty
No.
dishes and dirty underwear hanging on the lampshade. I mean,
Right.
like,
Things in order. Things in order.
yeah. And if he's, I don't know, I've always gotten the impression that he's kind of meticulous about certain things.
Oh, I think so. I think he's very meticulous.
Yeah. So there's, I know just for me personally, I'm the kind of person that I can't sit down on my couch and watch TV or play around on the internet if I know that my kitchen floor needs to be mopped, my laundry needs to be done. Like I don't, to me,
Or if
his
my
home-
table's a mess.
his home is a reflection of what the inside of his mind probably looks like, at least to a
Exactly.
degree. So
Yes.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about the guy or question anything about him because he chooses to live in a nice environment. I mean,
Yeah, right. That's
that makes
pretty
you a
much,
grown up.
yeah. It's pretty much how I feel.
Worry about. I got finances to worry about. This could knock down for a week. Now, mind you, YouTube is my primary source of income. So now, right before Christmas, I don't get an income for a week.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Oh, forgive me.
So
Let
you
me
can
mute.
kind of imagine my upset that a person that I trusted,
Except you were wrong. Is this what's going to make her cry? I hear a little catch in her voice when she talks about the money she's not going to have the week, whatever she said about Christmas. And I don't like, here's where she wants to take it and spin it. Listen, I can absolutely understand why she's upset. 100%. I don't have issue with the fact that she's upset. I have issue with the way she is handling it and how she is lashing out at people who've done nothing to her. That's where I take issue, not with the fact that she's upset. I completely understand. Anybody would be upset if this was their job and they were going to lose income. But as typical per Betty, she takes no responsibility for why that is, because nobody just reached out of the sky like she's, alleging here, because of course she didn't know what it was at the time. But nobody just reached out of the sky and said, "Oh yeah, her down there. Yep, her. We're gonna fuck with her world. We're gonna take her moneymaker away for 10 days." No, nobody did that. And let's not forget, as you reminded me this morning. So for anybody who doesn't know, apparently Betty took a video from Facebook, took it as her own, uploaded
Oh,
it
jeez.
on her channel. A copyright. A copyright strike was done by the rightful owner of that video. And what does Betty do in true Betty fashion? She cuts her nose off to spite her face. That's why I say she will fix her own wagon. The wheels are coming off her wagon, as I knew they would, because she gets struck. But what do you think she does? As you reminded me, immediately turned around and did it again. She
Yep.
uploaded it again on the other channel. Is it on this channel?
Yeah, it's on that one. Yeah.
I mean,
Who
God.
does that? Seriously.
somebody who has no control. Like she is so ruled by her emotions that she can't, she
Yes.
seemingly cannot even stop, take a step back, rationalize, what am I doing here? Is this gonna, am I gonna fuck myself more in the end by doing this? Yes.
Yes, yes, you are. As a
I mean,
matter of fact, you are. You have, and now you're going to have to pay the price.
and I mean, I actually hear it in her voice. I hear her
I
voice,
told
Ken,
you.
when she turns this avatar off.
Mhm.
But I think, well, you notice I've never heard her ever get emotional like that before, but I don't think her moneymaker's ever been cut off before. It's just very interesting to me, the timing.
Yes. Oh, that's the other thing. Does this have something to do with, you know, the lawsuit, or, you know, what's going on here with her? Okay.
No clue. I know that there are a lot of people who are, and I'm not telling anybody how they should think about it, but I know there are a lot of people that are reading a lot of things into this, like, oh,
Yep.
is this being done to deflect from this? Is this being done as a way to set up, you know, some kind of a, you know, start getting everybody primed for what's probably going to happen here? I personally don't think that. I think it's someone who has little to no self-control, is ruled by her emotions, and has the emotional maturity of a
Of a
12
2-year-old.
year old.
It's like a 2-year-old's temper tantrum.
Wouldn't you think after, that's why I feel like she really has no control over herself, because this ain't her first rodeo of losing
Nope.
her shit. Anybody could lose their shit one time on a live.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
she's kind of known for this sort of thing. So
Daily.
I
It
mean, I
just
don't
gets
know.
worse.
I don't watch her because she just aggravates the shit out of me. And I don't want to keep talking about her. But
No,
this
but
obviously
this was,
is, yes.
yeah.
The whole, everybody and their brother's talking about it. So
Yeah. Because it's mind-boggling.
yeah, it is. It really is. And that clip we played in the beginning, my God. I was hoping, I don't know why I thought this, but I was hoping maybe turn the YouTube off, get a good night's sleep, and like just let it play out. But no,
the first one gives me sheer terror.
That, I tell you what, that is, of all the meltdowns I've ever seen her have. That one, yeah, that one is pretty chilling.
It was.
Just because we know what she's doing, and it's just gross. It is gross. It is. It's just
an innocent person who's already got enough to live with.
Yeah, and she is the one who did wrong.
Yes.
She did wrong. She took that girl's content without permission.
Didn't give her credit.
No.
And did it again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just mind-blowing.
A person that had my loyalty and I went to bat for, and to find out he would do this to me is just absolutely insane.
I do want to say, I haven't heard him talk about her at all.
And why wouldn't she expect this? Why wouldn't any of them expect it of the other? All the ones who were involved in their little fucking Bermuda Triangle of live by the sword, die by the sword, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah. Hold on, you guys. What's going on here? There we go. I will say it sucks when you get strikes. It does.
And I told them, don't make any moves. I had not made any moves yet. I didn't know what I was going to do with the information, you know, not to do underhanded stuff. And he started doing underhanded stuff. And so I have no choice now. He pushed this forward. I didn't want to do this.
It's always everybody else. Betty has no choice. It's you didn't do this and you did that. Like a child.
Here, I didn't want to do it like this. But at the end of the day, he's not going to destroy me to keep my mouth shut. It's not going to happen. I will not do it. I have my own damn platform and I will utilize it. And look at this. We have this on a backup channel and we still have 137 people watching. And I also blasted this on Twitter with his handle because I am sick and tired of this. If you want to keep warring with me.
Because that's a really good way to let things die down, right? Blast it all over Twitter. That's how you get the problem to just calm down. She lives for this. She loves this. She lives for this. It's the only thing that fills her up and makes her feel good. And
that's exactly right.
Good. She's one of the most miserable people I've ever had the extreme displeasure of encountering.
She is.
And I got news for her. If she thinks that that is not the sentiment of most of the people in this neighborhood, except for her, you know, diehards.
Yeah.
That's not just me being some outlier.
Her sheep.
No, that's what most people think of her to one degree or another.
They do.
That is fine. We will do this thing. But I can promise you, this is all verified information. And I'm not the one that needs to verify it for the people of YouTube. That is for an investigative body to verify this.
Then what the hell are you doing sitting up
and I'm not going to sit
watching
here.
it all
And Benny,
over?
if you're watching, Benny Keys, if you're watching and your friend truly died, I would suggest you calling law enforcement and tell them to look a little deeper because they might find something pushed her over the edge. That's all I'm saying. If she's not.
I wonder how many people could say that about you. I don't know, maybe when you were standing in front of their house calling them a murderer? I don't know. Just wondering. I mean, my God, you would think that that she's fucking sitting in an abbey somewhere wearing a habit. Like, poor Betty, poor Betty the nun, living her, you know, just life of goodness and purity and, oh God.
I know.
Please come clean and vindicate JLR because I know right now I'm doing some damage. But I truly believe JLR was doing stuff behind the scenes to push me over the edge. If he had done this already twice and got away with it and didn't get in trouble for it, I'm a healthy, well-balanced woman, and I've been put under a lot of.
Look at her eyes.
That is the fucking craziest thing I've heard.
Look at her eyes.
At least all week. I am a healthy, well-balanced woman. Well, Betty, I hope you are healthy. Yes, absolutely. Well balanced. Yeah. Well, that's I'm unlike you. I don't have a bunch of pretend careers, so I'm not qualified to make that judgment as to whether or not you are well balanced. You certainly don't seem to be someone who's
to the average human being.
Yeah, well, you may be well balanced, but you don't appear to be wrapped too tight. I mean, just saying.
Just saying. So there's that. I'll wait.
Pressure. I can tell you that. It did not break me. I just want to make sure you guys are all clear. Bullhorn Betty didn't take medication. She didn't go over the edge. But, you know, it's still after hearing this, everything started clicking.
She's,
you know, he knew he was very strategic. He knew what he was doing. And I'm not going to, again, sit here and I agree with you, Susie Sue. I agree with you 100%. But that's not the point. The point is if that girl really did take her life or really was pushed over the edge where she, you know, used substances to take her life because she couldn't handle it, that only a BK knows. He knows for a fact one way or another, or anybody that knows him that's in that area.
Why would she say that? Why would she say that only BK knows? Well, I would think that the person you're accusing would be the one that you would say only JLR knows.
Exactly.
And I mean, I just
And
don't
yet,
know how stupid can you be? Like now she's pulling other YouTubers into this. I mean,
yes, she is, just like her lawsuit.
for somebody that's so, oh my goodness, she's just been so persecuted and stalked and hunted and surveilled. Well, I don't know about you, but there's a couple of people who are on my no-fly list that I am not going to fuck with. I'm not going to
Exactly.
I'm not going to sit on a public platform and tell the whole world that they're the only ones who can say for sure whether or not someone died as a result of fill in the blank. I mean, it just doesn't jive with all of the things that she claims.
It never has.
Yeah, no, it's nonsensical.
Would know for a fact one way or another. All I'm saying is if the story is true and she truly is, I'm telling you firsthand, JLR told me, and he seemed nervous when he did at the time, that he trolled.
So again, she now feels strongly enough that he could have possibly been responsible in at least
One.
a part.
And yet,
In the death of someone. But it's
Mhm.
only important enough now
yes,
to come forward.
yes, it is. How many years later? Let's
Very
just, review that.
I know it's probably been, I think maybe a year. I don't know.
At least.
Yeah, just doesn't have the
Told her really bad, and he was asking me if I really believed VK or not, and I told him I did. I never heard much about it after that. It just went hush hush, quiet. I didn't know what to think. I think I just moved on from it or didn't look at it again. But it wasn't until I was told about the 2016 case.
Okay, guys, I just want to say, I'm not harassing her one bit. I never have.
No, ma'am, you're
okay.
not.
I just
Neither
want
are-
to put that
neither
out
are
there.
we.
Things I do is funny stuff, but I had another comment here. What's really scary about YouTube when people go real life. I think that's
Eddie
the
knows all about
scariest.
that. That's her stock and trade.
Yep.
That memory came back. I remembered that vividly. I remember exactly where we were when this all happened. I just remember it. And then it brought me to what he was doing to me behind the scenes that nobody knows about. And that's when I kind of started connecting the dots. Was he trying to do that to me too? And so I don't know, but I know that it's scary enough that I can't keep quiet, and I need to let a lot of people know what's going on.
Oh my
If he
God.
takes my channel, he takes my channel. But there was a social media person, his last name was Moore. It was from 2016. And apparently this was a major topic that surrounded JLR at the time. So
What did she just say?
What? Yeah,
Hold on,
run
I'll
that
go
back.
Yeah, because I was reading something.
told him I did. I never heard much about it after that. It just went hush hush, quiet. I didn't know what to think. I think I just moved on from it or didn't look at it again. But it wasn't until I was told about the 2016 case.
Okay, guys, I just want to say, I'm not harassing her one bit.
We're good.
I never have. Okay. I just want to put that out there. Things I do is funny stuff, but I had another comment here. What's really scary about YouTube when people go real life. I think that's the scariest.
That memory came back. I remembered that vividly. I remember exactly where we were when this all happened. I just remember it. And then it brought me to what he was doing to me behind the scenes that nobody knows about. And that's when I kind of started connecting the dots. Was he trying to do that to me too? And so I don't know.
What?
But I know that
I would say if he's got your social, your driver's license, your blood type, I don't like, I could think of many more efficient means of dealing with her. I mean,
Yeah. Wow.
I still don't fully get what she's. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it.
Amazon. Bob,
Of course, I got my team.
just say hi and tell him thank you.
That it's scary enough that I can't keep quiet, and I need to let a lot of people know what's going on. If he takes my channel, he takes my channel. But there.
So first, before she goes to law enforcement about this very important thing that's very serious, and she needs to let a lot of people know about. First, it's YouTube. Then is the next stop the cops? I'm just wondering.
We don't think so. We don't
I'm
know.
gonna let this play for a second. I need to go
Okay.
to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
There was a social media person, his last name was Moore. It was from 2016. And apparently this was a major topic that surrounded JLR at the time. So this is not unheard of. But I'm not going to, if my channel is taken, I hope I garner the same support from the work that I do. But I've got to come clean, and I've got to let the chips fall where they're going to fall. I got to tell you that keeping all of this in has been very toxic for me, but I was scared and I didn't want to lose, all the stuff that I had worked so hard for. But when you're faced with losing it anyways, what purpose is the secrets, right? So this has kind of pushed me over the edge to the point that I needed to come clean. Now, could it be somebody from like Blank Screen or somebody doing that? Yeah, it could be. It could be. And maybe I jumped the gun and maybe I shouldn't have opened my mouth. It could be, right? But I also believe in signs, and I believe in a higher power. And there's a reason why this happened to me today. And I think it was because God knows I would have kept it quiet until something happened. By that time, it would be too late. So I'm done. I don't know what else to say. If you guys want a public display, JLR and I are not friends. We are not friends. He has lied to me. He has used me. He has sandbagged me. He has hit me with a freight train and ran over me over and over again over these years. And I took it. And I took it for the sake of these cases, for the sake of not causing rifts on here, because I was told, don't bring things public. That's the way he trained me, right? Don't bring things public. Don't bring things public. So I've always had that in the back of my head. I remember one time, and this brings me back to why Heels really went after JLR so hard. Because when I first met JLR, we had a political friend, two political friends. I don't want to disclose their name, but the lady was significantly older than the guy. And I remember JLR saying to me that, that just doesn't look right. That, it just doesn't look right. He doesn't understand it. It just doesn't look. So he's already predisposing you and making you think that would never be an option for him until you find out about Aunt Mary and Aunt Mary not being an aunt and him running off to the woods with her several times a year. And so now that he obviously doesn't mind older ladies. And Heels went after that man so bad, and all he wanted to do was expose her. That's all he wanted to do was expose her. And I don't think he could just come out with her name. So he was trying to backdoor everything, right? He was trying to leave crumbs for people to find to lead back to her. So Heels, I mean, I'm not being disrespectful, but is there more going on there? Because it sure looks like it. I kept thinking, man, I think many of us thought so. She's acting like a crazy ex-girlfriend.
I don't know who struck her,
Where's Heels?
but allegedly,
Is Heels here? She
haven't seen
texted.
her.
Okay, she
Texted.
texted me this morning, and it was funny because I was actually in my car pulling out of the driveway, and I remembered, shit, I needed to text her. And I was going to text her the exact same thing that she texted me, which was, let me see what she said. I invited her to come over. I just said, hey, I'm going to go live at 1:00. If you're around and you want to come on panel. She said, I'm obviously JLR sugar mama.
This is the most ridiculous,
Oh my God.
absurd thing I've heard. In a long time.
Hilarious. And isn't it funny that she was suing? She was trying to bring Heels into a lawsuit where either she was too stupid to know that there was no jurisdiction, or she did it just to try and get her identity. Whatever
She
the
did
case
it to
may
try
be.
to get her identity.
Whatever the case may be. Now that she and JLR have parted ways, she's willing to even take Heels on her team, someone that she's, had no use for, we'll just say.
Yeah.
But, apparently if she's got to throw her lot in with Heels in the air to, rid YouTube of the JLR problem or get JLR out of her life, whatever the case may be. I mean, it's just
Right.
hilarious. It is just hilarious. I mean, there is truly no honor among thieves. I mean,
There isn't.
no, there's not, and there's
None.
less honor amongst YouTubers.
Absolutely.
There's just no like. I tell my husband all the time. I said, "This is truly just an interactive circus freak show."
It is.
It is. That's exactly what it is, and that's why we all like are so. I don't know. At least for me, I'm equal parts love it, hate it. Whether I'm saying, "Oh God, I love this place" when I get up in the morning, or I'm like, "Oh God,
Right.
it's
Just can't.
yeah.
Can't with
just-
her and that.
Hey, Fake Kirby. Hi, Bob. Uh-oh. Bob's coming in.
It's
He's
Bob
like, "Come on,
coming
Mom."
in.
Come on, Mom. Let's see. How long have we been going? 3 hours. Just short of 3 hours. Yeah, I just don't even. Well, then, you know, I love a lot of things about it. I love this. This is what I love about it. I love this part of it. I love hanging out with you guys. What I don't love about it is, yeah, how it's given some really like just fucking nutbag people the idea that they are famous, that they are.
They think they're celebrities. You know,
Yeah.
between she and
Hey,
that
whoops.
one.
God, I have all the kids coming in now. Oh, I think this is probably a good place to put a pin in it.
Mhm.
And we will pick this back. We can do this again tomorrow
Sounds good.
because I've got time tomorrow. But before we go, I picked a little something up yesterday while I was. Oh, this one they got me in the checkout line, and I gotta take Betty down. Betty, I'm sick of you.
Please.
Bye, Betty. God.
Thank
Oh,
you.
look, you found it. Ooh,
I
look at
figured it out. You have to do it in the screen where it says you're in the show. And you tap on your little name and you
I
add the
love
picture.
that. I love that avatar.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, thank you. You too. As I'm. Oh, when does Hanukkah start? Does it start tomorrow?
It's Friday.
Okay, so that's what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday. So the 8th?
Yeah.
Okay, the 8th is the first night of Hanukkah. Will somebody
Yes.
remind me? Will you remind me?
Yes.
I'll put it in my calendar, but in case I forget,
Yes.
so that we can say Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially right now.
Yes. So as I was at Home Goods yesterday, yes, I'm not even Jewish, but I bought myself a beaded pillow that it says Oy vey on it.
I love that thing. That
It's so
is
cute.
so awesome.
So cute. I'm like, I'm not even Jewish. This just tells you how much I will just buy shit everywhere. If I like it, I will make it fit into my life. And
Yes.
I don't think you have to be Jewish to appreciate the phrase oy vey.
Oy vey.
I mean,
No.
this whole place is oy vey, like oy vey squared.
All
square
day.
root.
Oy vey.
Yeah,
All day.
oy.
Yes.
Is Willow here?
I have not seen
Oh,
it.
Zen. It was about the reading. And I am going to email you. That was what Amy, I'm not big on latkes. Latkes, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know why I should be, because I love French fries. I've never met many forms of potato that I don't care for, but I don't know. I've just never been big on those. But yes, as I was waiting at Home Goods to pay for my Oy vey pillow, you know how they put all that shit in the checkout line to just reach into your
Yes.
pocket one last time. Look at that. I'm using a hair tie to hold together my.
That's what. Hey,
It's
whatever
a hair
works.
clip to hold together my jacket.
That
Um,
works for me.
so yeah, as I'm standing in line, they have these great, you know, at the holidays, how they always have these great like games, boxed games, all different kinds of. Well, this one is called Table Topics. And I said, oh, yes, I'm going to need that. Now, there's multiple versions of Table Topics. And this one, I figured this one would be the most thought provoking. This one is Tell It Like It Is. And inside this box, can you see all the cards? These are all little cards. I'd say there's a few hundred. And each card has a, whoops. Let's see if yep, we'll do it that way. Of course, I could have just turned the card upside down. But yes, each card, like the random one I'm going to pull right now, has a thought-provoking, I guess, a question. So let's see what this says. And I thought it would be fun, in addition to doing the word of the day, well, we could do this. All right, I pulled this totally at random. Let's see what it says. Oh, wait, did I get two of them? I think I did. And I'm not peeking. No, that's just one. Oh, boy. Oh, yes, I'm already a fan. If you saw a woman verbally abusing a child in a store, what would you do? Oh, yes, we need to play this game. Fuck, Betty. We should play this. Would you like to answer? Are you with me? Well, I don't know if Pearl had to take her producer for a walk, but I'll answer the question because I think we've all encountered this situation. Now, I have to say, I've never encountered it to a degree where I needed to do more than what I did, which was I can give a bitch a look. Trust and believe. I have done that a few times in my life where somebody's been acting really like ratchet and wait, who? Oh, okay. So Zen says, no, wait. Are we talking about the cards or Betty? Honest to God, I don't know. I would not approach Betty. I would not approach Betty. She is mean and very potentially dangerous, mean and very angry. Do not approach. Law enforcement says do not attempt to approach the hell's that? Oh, that's Zen's email. So yes, and I think they have expansion packs for this. And this game comes in date night, dinner table or dinner party conversations. And I still don't know whether we're talking. Okay, Bathtub Mary says she'd call JLR. Okay, but we're calling JLR to get Betty, right? Not to shade the bitch being. I think we're gonna need to start this card game over. One more. We're gonna do one more. And now, oh Zen, au contraire. I beg to differ, madam. Okay. I'm picking one more card. And now when you answer, this will not be about Betty unless it is. Okay, let's see what this one says. Is it wrong to stand up and leave a boring lecture? Hell no, life is short. No. That would assume that we were in some kind of academic setting. I think we better do one more. One more, and this is it. Because my producer really wants to go out. Oh, this is a good one. How virtuous are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being complete adherence to your moral code at all times. Whether on or off YouTube, because we know that YouTube, well, it can, it can wreak havoc with the best of moral codes. It can make many a moral compass search for true north. Your needle just starts going like this. Oh my goodness, Puddle, you're a 10? Oh no, see, I'm much more well, stupid, honest, call it what you will. Ooh. Your Honor, it assumes facts, not an evidence. Your Honor, I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege on the grounds that anything I say could tend to incriminate me. Okay, crazy nurse, no problem. Crazy nurse got an important phone call. Is it Harvey Levin calling from TMZ? Tell him you're already under contract with me. Slow your roll, Harvey. Can't have everything. Okay. What the hell? So yes, there's several more cards like that, and I think it's. See, I knew I would like this. I love shit like this. Ooh, you know what else I have? I think it's called. Is it 2 Lies and 1 Truth? Something like that. That's a card game too, and it's one of these things where you can. It very much lends itself to YouTube. Okay, so I still need to get Willow. Willow, if you hear this after school hours, could you do me a favor and just leave me a comment or email me? That would be perfect. If you would email me, crimesandfashion@gmail.com. I want to, I have a proposition for you. Not that kind of proposition. I'm happily married. But, equally, well, I don't know if I'd say equally, but it occurred to me the other day. I was like, damn, next time he's in here, I need to ask him about that. Yes. So if you happen to hear this, or if any of you happen to, run into Willow out in the wilds of YouTube, tell him to email me, please. All right. I think that's about it. Yep. It's 4 o'clock. We've been going 3 hours. So tomorrow's Wednesday, and lucky you, I'm available all day. I have something else I want to do as well. This is something that's going to take me a little bit of time because I've got to actually do some research on it. But y'all, that book I'm reading, I came across a woman that, wow, fascinating. And while her name is not one you probably will recognize, I'm not going to tell you right now, but, well, Beer Can, I'm glad you had fun. And I hope you're not scarred by being exposed as you know, being part of the espionage against Betty, you and Peggy. I heard that and I was like, what the hell? And you know, Peggy and I, we're frenemies. Like, we're on, we're off. I don't know why. She just gets pissed and then she's not. And then she is and she's not. But I certainly don't believe that Peggy was, oh, please. Anyway. Oh, thank you, Powder Puff. At any rate, the woman that I'm gonna do a show about, you probably wouldn't immediately recognize her name. You will recognize it when I tell you. You will notice when I tell you a certain thing that's named after her. It'll click and wow. She's no longer alive, but in the not too distant past, just a very, her story came to the forefront. And it is fascinating. And it's very much, well, it is true crime related. It's true crime-ish. Whatever it is, she was fascinating. She lived a fascinating life. And but it's one of these things where she was only a few pages in the book, but when I was reading it, I was like, oh my God, yes, I remember this. And it was so friggin' nuts. And you know, if I'm going to talk about it, well, I'm going to do it justice. I want to get some pictures together. I want to, you know, maybe, I know she was the subject of some news story, lots of news stories. So I'll probably find some of those. And then I'm gonna, you know, I like to tell stories, even if I'm not trying to be funny. Well, I mean, oftentimes it just happens whether I try or not. It's kind of like Betty, I can't keep that bitch in there. I'm like, shut up, this is not the time. Except I don't come out and like tell people they're gonna find me in their yard with a fucking bullhorn and a bad attitude. I mean, no, I have to like turn. I gotta push that. It's not time to be funny. It's always time to be funny. Definitely a fascinating story, and even if I'm not trying to be funny, I will tell you that I even had somebody who doesn't like me tell me, and this is true. One thing, like, remember how I told you I have this friend who has nothing to do with YouTube? She doesn't watch this shit. If she does, it's to learn how to, like, you know, change a tire or some shit like that. No, she's kind of like me in that respect, but she just calls roadside assistance. But you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like speaking another language to somebody. When you're trying to tell a story to someone who doesn't really know any of the circumstances or the people at all, well, whether it's me trying to tell a normal real world friend about some YouTube shit, or just people in my real life that don't know each other, whatever the case may be, you have to lay the groundwork when you're telling a story. And I am rather good at telling a story because my thought process is very linear, and chronology is easy for me. So I want to, if I'm going to tell this lady's story, and it's fascinating, and I promise you, as soon as when I get to the good part, you're going to say, oh my God, yes, I remember this. But she was only a few pages in this book, so I'm going to, I don't know that I need to read an entire book about her to do this. I'll read that just for my own because she's fascinating. But to be able to tell you guys about it, I don't think I need to read a whole book, but I do need to get, like I said, I want to get some pictures. I want to get video. I want to read. There's been lots of news articles about her. So that's what we're going to do. And I was thinking, because I told you guys that I want to kind of get away from this. Obviously this is pretty big, what the events of the last day or two, but as far as, doing this shit every day, I don't want to do that. And the true crime, well, that's, the reason I don't want to really get into current true crime is because of all the people, like all the YouTubers. No, trying to get away from that. But something like this, we'll see how this goes. And if y'all are interested, and I think you will be, because there's a story, then maybe that's the direction I go in, is talk about, people, whether dead or alive. I would imagine most of them are probably going to be deceased, that have stories, interesting stories. And the death is not the interesting part. It was the life so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start looking into that. And then I am going to email you, and I would love to do like what you did for Morbid. And you can tell me about like the orbs and stuff, because I know you've seen those orbs. In fact, you told me you saw a dog too, which I think was my Sydney. So, all right, kids. I hope y'all have fun. And listen, before I go out the door, while Betty, I really was going to more laugh at her today, playing that bit from this morning where she threatens that girl. Probably was not the best way to start this off for me, because it definitely set the tone, because I don't like that. I think it was disgusting. Well, Pothole, no, I'm not looking for a psychic, but Zen, who is, just a really kind person who supports all of us, whether we deserve it or not. And I found out that she did a reading for Morbid the other night. And I don't know why it took me so long to make it click. I mean, it's only in her name. So I thought, well, that would be fun. I want her to do one for me, a live reading. So, but no, I'm not particularly looking for. It's just because it's Zen. All right. So y'all have a good night. Thank you for hanging out with me. We'll see where we go tomorrow. I really would probably rather not, but let's just see what's on tap for tomorrow. But at least I've got what is that thing called? Table Topics. I love that. So there's that. Bye, Tim. Bye, Mystery. Bye, Running Bear. I'm so sorry, anybody who came in while we were blah, 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 and I didn't say hello. So, all right, y'all. Have a good night. Be good. And don't do anything Betty wouldn't do.
Father, you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go. Lost in choice, it's real. work for. Gotta go all